few peeps in and out. What's happening? Now we are live on the Facebook side.
Yes, it shows that we are live.
For our 3 fans. Hi, 3 fans.
2021.
4 fans.
4?
4.
Is George one of those fans? He's logged in?
Couple usual suspects here, including.
We lost him already. Damn it!
No, I'm here. I'm just setting up my headphones.
Yeah, all right.
I'll be right back.
Setting up headphones, like really? Oh, way to go! Way to. It's like, yep. All right, we're letting them get prepared, getting them ready.
Stage fright.
It's my first time. Give me a break.
Yeah.
Real?
Hey, that's what she said.
Considering
that's for you, Birch.
Right? Right out the gate, right? Mr. Birch is already getting. There's coverage already.
So my wife said heard you say that.
Outstanding.
That was an easy one.
That was awesome. Yeah. That was absolutely.
That was for you, Ryan. That was for you, sir.
Where's Birch
is bowling.
Yeah. Where's Zolt and everybody else?
Zolt is on assignment. Mr. Akers is on assignment. Mr. Adam has a family emergency to attend to. What's up, Mary? How you doing?
Holy shit.
And that's why I'm here.
What's going on?
That would explain it. Okay.
We wouldn't know. We can't see you.
There we go.
Yeah, right?
We found another Lions fan. He's joined us tonight. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you now met them all.
He's hiding. He's in hiding at the moment.
At the moment.
Thank God we didn't have him and Durkin on the same time.
31-minute break, girl. You know
no
say
kidding.
something about that.
Right.
It'd be a Lions porn.
Oh.
No, thank you.
Okay.
I'm
heading out. I'm on my last DL now, so I'm heading out.
There we go.
All right.
Hey.
There he is. Now he's ready to go. Get a little
back and roll like the big Ayatollah.
Oh.
Yeah. And just as now he disappeared again.
I'm still here.
I'm glad that he's more organized and prepared for top 10 as he joins us.
You gave me 3-minute warning, so I don't want to hear about it.
And I appreciate it, but it's like, you know, we're looking for that reaction. So if y'all don't recognize the man in the corner, that is Mr. Scott Sanders, who joins Clint and I on a every other show basis practically for Top 10 on Redline Radio, LLC. So thank you very much for jumping in and helping us out this evening, Scott. Appreciate that big time.
No problem.
Glad to have you. And right off the bat, that's what I want to start with. I want to start with your guys' reaction to this Matthew Stafford out, Jared Goff in.
Best move the Lions have done in the entire time I've been alive.
Unfortunately, I don't think I've ever seen eye to eye with Suds, but I agree. I'm a huge Matt Stafford fan, but it was time. I know, right? I know, right?
What's there? I should have.
Are the planets aligned just right or something?
I gotta check for more hair on top of my head. Hold on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wait a second. What's everybody drinking is what I should have started with first.
No, I mean, it's been 12 years, and the haul that we got for him.
Can't beat it.
We can, yeah. I mean, now, and not only with the haul that we got, now we can do so many different things in the draft now. We don't have to go and draft a quarterback this year. We can work on the defense now. We can use Goff as that bridge. If I mean, there's no reason to.
It's a good bridge too.
Yeah, and if
it's above average. It's above average.
Above average, I would say yes.
Well, I was actually hoping that Stafford was going to get traded to Indy, and then we bring in Fitzpatrick for a year.
No, he's better than Fitzpatrick.
Oh.
I don't know.
When Fitzpatrick goes down to the dumpster.
To me, Jared Goff is either Joey Harrington or John Kitna 2.0.
No.
No, you can't
This
say
is a
that.
man who played in the Super Bowl.
Goff
No,
went to the Super Bowl and won some playoff games.
But I also called it on day one, George. If you remember on the original show, I said Jared Goff is garbage. I called it way back then, and he's still garbage. And 2020 proved me right.
Well, if garbage gets the Lions to the Super Bowl, we'll take garbage.
Well, he's not going to get you to the Super Bowl. That's the thing.
Why?
No,
You got the Rams there.
Wait a second. What about the playoffs?
Yeah.
Get the Super Bowl.
Right?
Rams were in the playoffs.
Yep.
It's what you're not grasping, or I don't think you're
He got
grasping
hurt
is.
though. Yeah.
Is
Rams also had a better defense.
Yes, and guess what? We now have what?
13 picks in the next 3 years.
Three
the
number
top
one
three.
picks in the next. Excuse me.
No, we have more than that.
We have 5 number one picks
Yep.
in the next 3 years.
Yep.
We got our pick
I
this
think I
year.
heard we had 13 picks in the top 3 rounds in the next 2 years.
Wow.
So
Yep.
they're pulling a New England. They actually have their moment to play New England, the New England Patriots, where you get a buttload of picks and be able to rebuild it. Huh?
Speaking of New England, I just read an article that Stafford said the only team he didn't want to go to was
New England, because that's where
Yep.
Patricia went back to.
Yep.
And he
That's
didn't
with
want to run
Matty
across
Patty.
Patricia.
Yep.
That's well, hey.
Now, my question about the getting Goff is, when can the Lions actually do something with him, like trade him away? After 2 years or after 3?
After this year, it'll be a $15 million hit cap, and after next year, 0.
So after next year,
So,
so technically after
yep.
2.
Yeah,
Or going into
technically
the
after
second.
1. Technically after 1, 15 million is nothing in the NFL.
So
I
he
mean,
could,
if you think about it.
So he theoretically be here for 1 year and go after our quarterback next year in the draft.
Exactly. Or even
Okay.
keep him, keep him for that second year.
Okay, all right.
And
all
have
right.
him learn under. I mean, I don't want them going into this year's draft reaching for a quarterback.
No, baby, not now.
There's the top 3 or 4, and then if you can't get one of those, I don't want them
not now.
reaching when they can get a top
You could-
defensive player with
You
that.
could
seven
get
pick.
so. Listen, he's not that bad of a. Goff is not that bad of a
I agree.
quarterback. He's not great, but he's not that bad. I
don't know. I
He's
don't
not
think I
Aaron
like
Rodgers
this.
for sure.
I
But
don't think I like this, George. I'm agreeing with Suds way too much. But I think you're right. I mean, build your defense. Take a quarterback when it comes to you. I mean, even if you in the second round, if you can get like a Mac Jones or
Let's say a top 2 or 3 quarterback falls this year to you at 5. Do you take him?
no,
at 7, you mean?
Oh.
Yes. If they do, yes, but they have that option now.
I think that would be such a bad idea. You have potential right now. This is the first time I can talk about this and actually say the Lions have potential.
Right.
They could go.
What are you drinking?
Not enough. Whatever it is.
He's drinking the Lions Kool-Aid.
No, I'm not. I will never drink the Lions Kool-Aid. But they have the chance. You can run out there. You put your money into running backs, so skip that. You have 2 wide receivers who are
Not going to be back
agents.
next year.
Thank you.
And
2 wide
and then-
receivers that you need to replace.
And then we're going to get a 3rd round compensatory pick if Galladay signs with somebody else too. So there's another
Correct.
pick.
So you could chase offensive linemen, you could chase defensive linemen, you can go after the outside linebacker position, because for the love of God, I've said this forever, Lions can't cover a running back out of the backfield to save their lives.
Or a tight end.
Exactly. You need an outside linebacker desperately. And
I want to see Micah Parsons as number 7 pick.
So you
The linebacker out of Penn State.
could fix a lot of your downfalls on defense. If maybe not in this draft because you only got a 3rd round for this year out of this, But next year, you could crush a lot of these problems right off the bat. And honestly, you have nobody who's killing your salary cap either. So you could get free agents. You could get all kinds of stuff next year. All kinds of stuff can come to you next year. You have a lot of potential. Let's see if the Lions aren't the Lions.
That's a big key too. The chat blowing up, of course. Good evening, of course, to our favorite folks. Mary, Jake, Mike is in. Adam, of course, is on watching, and hopefully that everything gets squared away with these.
If they're on the show, usually do they count as fans? Does that mean our numbers went up? Just
of
wondering.
course. Clint,
All
of
right.
course, is always watching as well. Clint even says, he says, Scott, by the way, Clint says, what's up?
What up, Clint?
Adam chimes in and says, so Durkin is switching to Goff, is now a top
You found him?
QB like he did Stafford.
But I took out Kent State.
Will there be another hair bet on the line? Suds.
He
Goff,
would go.
Goff would be a top 5 quarterback now with
Goff?
the
No.
Who's he gonna throw to?
Yeah, exactly.
Again, you have a lot of listen.
Well,
you're gonna have a lot of space coming. You got
I
a
don't
lot of
mind.
space coming.
I don't mind if they suck this year. Get another high draft pick next year. Then once we can get all this together.
Well, consider this. No matter what anybody says, the New Orleans Saints are going to have to give up a lot coming up this year. They are $112 million over the salary cap.
Oh, Jesus.
They're going to even if you subtract Drew Brees,
They're still over.
Let's say he's 40 million.
But we established that on the ordeal of that they're paying the penalty, and it's a $5 million penalty for the violation. So
That's it.
that's it. Yeah. So it's
Why
$5 million
more teams don't do that.
per player as they're hit over the cap. And
They
New
have
Orleans,
a 100.
New Orleans has plenty of money.
Has Breeze retired yet?
It has not been official yet.
Not officially.
Maybe we can trade Goff to New Orleans and get some more draft picks.
Although
There you go. I'm
Sean
good with
Payton,
that.
Sean Payton did come out and kind of mention that Jameis Winston will be the starting quarterback if Breeze does decide to retire.
Correct.
No Taysom Hill?
No, they'll still use him for the trick plays.
Right.
I've got
Hill is a free agent, by the way.
I have
Who,
the
Taysom
wide
Hill?
receivers. These are the following wide receivers that are free agents, by the way. A.J. Green, Allen Robinson, T.Y. Hilton, Larry Fitzgerald, Sammy Watkins, Marvin Jones, Corey Davis, Willie Snead, Cordell Patterson, Amendola, John Ross, Keelan Cole, Kedrick Bourne, Will Fuller, Alex Erickson, Andre Roberts, Chris Conley, DeMarcus Robinson, Chris Moore, Antonio Brown, Curtis Samuel, Des Bryant, Mohamed Sanu, Tavon Austin, Juju Smith-Schuster is, Nelson Aguilar is, Rashad Higgins, Mike Thomas, Chris Godwin is, Galladay we already know is, D.D. Westbrook is, DeAndre Carter, and those are your big names right there. All of those guys are unrestricted free agents.
I
think you named like 4 or 5 Lions. Do we have any receivers under contract?
I can see Detroit.
Not really.
I can see Detroit going after Juju.
And Alan Lazard is also on this list.
I don't know if Juju would come here. Do you think he'd want to be in a rebuilding situation? I guess the money's right, but
with Goff as the quarterback and as much money as Detroit could probably offer him,
that's what I'm saying. The only
and
thing if
DeAndre
he wants-
Swift.
I bet you with as much cap room and as many wide receivers as the Lions need, they probably could pull 3 or 4 of those guys and pay them pretty well and get them on the team. You're not going to get Juju Smith at that range, but a lot of those other guys you could. And you could get a good receiving core out of that group.
A few of them are.
I can
Excuse
see
me.
Allen Robinson, Lazard.
And it nails it down. He says you can have as much money as you
re-sign
want.
Marvin.
You can have as much money as you want. It's still the city of Detroit. It's a hard sell. That's
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
truth, though.
but if you win, look at the Red Wings. The Red Wings, when they were in their heyday, they pulled all kinds of free agents.
Yeah, but
So
the
I
Red
think
Wings,
as long as they start
As
winning,
long as the money's
they'll
right.
be able to.
And they bought a lot of those.
Mhm.
sure they did. I actually watched that thing on NHL Network the other night, the Joe, where they talked about the history of the Russian Five and how they got Eisman and all that stuff. It was a really good show. But yeah, I mean, at least then the Red Wings had a proven track record of winning.
Right,
The Lions
exactly.
haven't done that yet.
In the Red Wings' defense,
Ever.
Detroit is better than Russia.
Right.
But we got people like Shanahan and we got
Chelios.
Chelios and
Yeah. Luke
it's a long
Robitaille.
time ago. It's been a long time since the Red Wings won.
Bennett Packer fandom here. Lazard stays in Green Bay. He isn't stupid.
Do you think we should? Does anybody think that we should franchise tag Galladay?
No. That is, listen, he played 2 games? 3?
Yeah, he didn't play a lot last year.
Well,
I mean,
if the whole coaching staff is revamped, you've got Dan Campbell, who had a great rapport with players on the Saints team. You got to remember where he's just coming from. And the guy literally, I mean, you want to talk about the biggest A+ in a press conference. It's like, yeah, that's a winner for a press conference. That was pretty damn sick. Even I was impressed. I was like, damn, really?
It was
Okay.
funny as hell, especially when he started talking about the kneecaps.
Yeah, that's where they get a little weird, but I'm like, okay.
A little.
People's kneecaps.
So with Goff under contract for next few years, Swift is on his rookie contract. Are they basically going to surround him and Goff and Swift as the nucleus of the team for now?
And we still have Carry On.
Yeah,
And
okay.
Hawkinson.
Well,
And Hawkinson,
yeah.
I was going to say, you have Adrian Peterson back there still.
Peterson was only a 1-year deal. They didn't re-sign him, did he?
I think the second is a club option, so
It would be wise to invoke it.
it could be invoked.
Why?
He was better than
Veteran leadership.
I was gonna say, and he was totally better than Johnson. He was totally better than Johnson.
Oh yeah, yeah. He averaged more than 4 yards a carry. So yeah.
And
At
then
his
it
age,
says,
definitely.
Yeah, but you need to get all the young guys in there. They're not going to get any better sitting on the bench.
well, really? You had Johnson first.
Especially now, we don't
Why
want to
you got
win.
Swift?
We don't want to win right now.
No, but you need to turn around and show improvement right now.
Yeah, but you need to show improvement with your young guys. Who cares if you show improvement with Peterson? He's going to be gone if they re-sign him, he'll be gone the year after.
Well, it's
They
still
need
another
to know.
good.
They need to know if Carry On is going to be able to stay on. They need to know.
You already had him for
Swift
2 years.
and
You had Johnson for 2 years already. You already know. That's
Yeah.
why you drafted Swift because you're
Right.
looking for a replacement for Johnson.
I don't think so. I don't think
Yeah.
so.
I agree with George
Oh.
there, 100%.
I don't think so. I think
Hey,
you're gonna
George.
have the backfield to.
I was reading the cap
You can read?
situation. Yeah,
Wait, when did?
It's-
I didn't know you learned
it
that.
happens. It says the NFL cap is a hard cap that teams have to stay under at all times, and the salary floor is also a hard floor. Penalties for violating or circumventing the cap regulations include fines of up to $5 million for each violation, cancellation. It doesn't say and or, it says cancellation of contracts and or loss of draft picks. So
Right.
you're talking about at the minimum $5 million fine, and you're either the cancellation of contracts or loss of draft picks.
How are they so far
and
over,
that's why
though?
that's why they always do a loss of draft pick, which is usually
How-
6th or 7th round, which is no
How
big
are they so far over? I don't understand the concept.
Kicking the can down with Breeze,
right. And we'll
overpaying Breeze
that
all the time.
Michael Thomas, you know,
Extension of
Tomorrow.
contract, extension of contract. Sooner or later, the bill comes in.
That's
You
what
can only
happened
kick it for so long.
with
When-
Calvin and Sue.
we looked at it last night. Half of the league is over the cap.
Really?
And they usually are. Yeah.
Why do they even have a captain?
Well,
They still gotta
we'll
follow
have
it,
to
though.
have some sort of regulation.
And they do mostly follow it. They don't. They're not everybody takes the penalty, but there is a way to. They get around it by okay, we have to restructure. We have to restructure.
Right.
And the players are still getting their money. Like, how long did they pay Joe Montana after he left San Francisco for like 4 or 5 years?
Yeah, I think it was 3.
They paid Montana, Rice,
That's like-
and some others for like 3 or 4 years after they left San Francisco.
That's like that Bobby Bonilla deal. He gets
Exactly.
$1 million for
Right.
the next 153 years, I think.
Yeah,
or
yeah, he's
something
still
like
getting
that.
paid.
Yeah. They have a Bobby Bonilla day in New York.
Yep, exactly.
But that's why San Francisco was such crap for so long, was because they were still paying money to players that weren't even on the team. I think, as I understand it, after Montana retired, he was still collecting money for like 5 years.
Was he
From
still
the
collecting
NFL.
money from Frisco when he was on Kansas City?
He was collecting money from San Francisco while he was on Kansas City,
Wow.
and Kansas City had to pay him after he
Right.
retired.
I was going to say, remember Moneyball? You know, they talked about that
Yeah.
deal with Moneyball, and you know, he went down in that little part about justice, and he's saying, you know, I'm not paying you. The Yankees are still paying you, and you're on my team. So guess what?
Right.
You're not hurting my pocketbook. You know, yeah, that's exactly what's happening.
Well, didn't Belichick come out a couple weeks ago and say the reason why their team is so bad right now is because they're in salary cap hell?
Well, not
Well,
only
there's-
not only that, they also have, what would we say, 9 players that actually sat out this year because of the
because of COVID.
COVID-19.
Right.
On top
I think
of
the biggest
these-
reason they suck this year is because Brady's a buck. And I hate Brady, but obviously he did something right because Tampa's in the Super Bowl. So the Patriot way is Brady, not Belichick.
No, listen, how good you take? Listen, tell me a team that loses 9 starters.
Hey, you're right. Oh my
off
God.
their team and their
That's come
starting
off my
quarterback.
lips way too much tonight.
Nine
You're
starters
right.
and your starting quarterback. So you lost 10 players. Basically, if you do that on either side of the ball, you're losing your entire starting lineup.
Right. And 4 good defensive starters on top of it.
Yeah. So you basically lost your entire either you lost your entire offense or you lost your entire defense or half of each. Either way you look at it, what the hell are you going to do at that point in time? You know, and you're right. They're salary cap hell because they're still paying Brady for his contract because they pushed it down the road.
Big contract,
Aren't they still
so-
paying Gronk too?
No, because he retired.
No, because he actually retired out and then came back. And the only thing the Patriots had to do was they just had the rights to him for first option.
So that
to
was actually a
convert
trade?
him. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So yeah, Gronk didn't cost him, but Brady, because Brady kept on kicking the can down the road, you know, pushing his contract back and back and back and back, that his money was, you know, you had to pay it sooner or later, and here it was.
His money comes off now. His
Yeah.
money will come off as the new year starts in March.
And they're actually, I think, top 10
Yeah, they're in the
salary
top
cap
5.
space. Top 5. I was somewhere between 5 and 8. So yeah, they got a lot of money coming. They're gonna have all those players are gonna have to come back for this year. So they're basically going. Think about that. Now you're adding 9 starters to your team. Plus, you can sign whoever you want at quarterback.
But you don't have a quarterback.
You also got a good draft pick.
Jared
too.
Stidham
The top 5.
and
You
Yeah,
still
I was just gonna say it didn't help them the fact that Cam Newton had his worst season ever as a quarterback.
That was nobody's fault besides New England, because there isn't a person I know that didn't say that Cam Newton can't throw a pass accurately. He is what he is. He's a great runner, but he can't throw a pass. He always overthrows or shortens it, and he was never an accurate quarterback. And when you have subpar, average wide receiver grouping, what are you going to do? You have to be an accurate quarterback to have these kind of wide receivers.
Yeah, so it was a good thing that Brady got out when he did.
No, Brady's an
Brady
accurate
was
quarterback.
accurate enough to make any receiver he did played around him okay.
Good enough.
He's like him and Rodgers do that.
You would have added 4 more wins. I would say you would have added 4 more wins with
And how many did they have?
Tom. 4.
So they
I
would
think
have made the
it's 4.
playoffs anyway.
They would have been 8. They would have won. They would have had. They would have been 8-8.
They wouldn't have made the playoffs in the AFC.
No, but again, you still have 9 players sitting out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was a good time to bail. You put
they have a high
Tom Brady
draft
back on. What's that?
Do they have a high draft pick this year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With 4 wins, sure.
Yeah, they're top. I think they're top 5 or 6 in draft.
I don't remember seeing them ahead of the Lions at all when I'm looking at the draft picks. Maybe.
Well, how many does the Lions have?
New England, I think, might be 9 or 10.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, with 4 wins, they got to be easily top 10.
Yeah, because the Lions only had 3, I think, right?
Right, and if Lions got 7, or at 7 with only 3 wins.
Actually, the Patriots finished 7-9, and
They had 7 wins. I thought they had 4.
they are
Pretty girl.
15.
Holy crap, Suds was wrong.
It happens.
Suck it, Suds.
Hey, Clint, mark this on the calendar.
This is the only opportunity. Get it while it's hot. I didn't even think they won 7 games. That was amazing with as bad a quarterback as Cam Newton was.
Ow.
As bad as that offense won to win 7 games.
Quit
Give him some
walking on
credit.
me.
Yeah.
Not like they lost to the Jets. Go ahead. Mute. No mute.
George is in a good mood.
No, I can't argue that point. I can't argue that point at all. Not at all.
Oh,
So what is your prediction then for the Lions for this year?
who are you asking?
The panel.
Oh, panel.
2 or 3 wins.
Yeah.
Does Goff play the whole season
If
in your scenario?
Yeah, absolutely.
Probably
You have
4
to
or
assume
5.
so. You have to assume so, yeah.
4 or 5, maybe top at 6, maybe. Also depends on what they do in free agency and in the draft. See what they can get. What the?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it all depends on who they get for receivers. I mean, obviously they got
Mhm.
the running back. It just matter who they get for Goff to throw to besides Hawkinson.
but right now I'm seeing 3 to 4 wins. But
Okay,
again,
I've actually got the schedule. Are you ready?
Hold on, let me grab a pen.
I
Hold
have
on.
the schedule. The dates, of course, are the TBA, but I have exactly who their opponents are.
You can already put them down for a loss against the Steelers at Pittsburgh.
2 at Green Bay.
both
Okay,
both
George,
are
go
great.
ahead.
Hang on a sec. We're going to do this in order.
Hey, are we going to play the schedule game?
At the Atlanta Falcons. At the Atlanta Falcons.
Loss.
Where?
At Atlanta.
Oh, at
Loss.
Atlanta.
It's at Atlanta, whose coaching staff completely got wiped out and is starting from scratch as well.
Okay.
Matt Ryan versus Jared Goff. Gee, I'll take Matt Ryan for 100, please.
And Julio Jones and
Wait a minute. Who says Julio's going to be healthy?
Calvin Ridley. There you go.
Calvin Ridley.
Calvin Ridley.
Yep.
Who's their running back?
Todd Gurley.
Very
Oh,
good.
yeah.
At the Chicago Bears, week 2.
Loss.
Win.
Just because of the Bears defense alone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Trubisky sucks.
Well,
He's worse than Goff.
not enough to beat you guys, the Lions.
For whatever reason, Trubisky, actually the last game he didn't, but usually Trubisky has his best game of the season against the Lions. The Lions make him look like an all-pro.
At the Browns, game 3.
Loss.
I refuse to say it.
I might come down for that if we can get some tickets, George.
Yeah, well, we got to
What
see
day is it? Oh,
we allow it in first.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. I keep on forgetting.
We got to figure that one out. Then back in Chicago. Wow,
Back to
Browns.
back?
Browns,
Oh no, okay.
Bears, Browns, Bears.
That's a loss.
I think we'll
Loss.
That's in Detroit, and they're in Detroit for the next 3. The Bears, then the Packers.
Everybody's under the assumption that it's going to be Rodgers at quarterback.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll see.
And then the next game is the Minnesota Vikings, which could be
Quarterback
Deshaun
carousel.
Watson, which could be
That could-
Deshaun Watson in, and not
Mm,
Cousins. That
Where'd
could
you
be
hear
an
that?
interesting little ordeal.
Oh,
Yeah.
somebody brought that up in the last night's show. We're riding on it.
Yeah. And we're thinking that that's a possibility.
I don't think so.
But does that account for the 67 million dead cap? Somebody's got to give Houston some money somewhere.
Don't you worry, Minnesota's got a little bit of playroom. Arizona Cardinals.
That's gonna be a win.
That's
That's in Detroit.
That's at Detroit. Yep.
I don't know if I'll have 2 bad games in a row against the Lions, but okay.
That's
Yeah.
tough because they're
For some weird reason, they lumped all these as a whole bunch of grouping of home games, and then all of a sudden, all away. The next game is the 49ers, which that's definitely a win for the Lions at this point.
Yeah, at this point, that's a win.
You want to talk about a team that's in the most worst disarray, almost as bad as Houston and San Francisco right now.
Oh, they might get Deshaun.
Yeah, they could too. Baltimore Ravens in Ford Field.
Loss.
definite loss.
Oh my God, that's good. I gotta find somebody to make a bet on that one.
I was gonna say,
That-
Suns will be looking-
I need a
looking
sucker
for-
on that one. I'll get 14 points. I'll get 14
Oh.
points on that one.
Clint Suns is given 14.
I'm not betting on here because last time I bet somebody on here, Clint, he hadn't paid up yet.
Yes.
I got called out.
I believe it was giving me 20 points on Ohio State and then against Clemson.
Cincinnati Bengals in Detroit.
Ooh, that's a win.
Yeah, that could be a win. Yeah.
Unless Burrow decides to throw for 550 yards.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Or breaks,
We do have
or
Jeffrey
breaks a
Okuda,
leg.
so that's possible.
They don't like Akuda up there?
Hmm?
They don't like Akuda up there? No,
And I think it's more not the fact that he's bad, it's the fact that they took the cornerback at number 3 when they had so many other needs, like quarterback, that they knew that Stafford was going to be going.
But didn't all the mock
yeah.
drafts? Didn't all the mock drafts have the Lions taking him at 3?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
It doesn't mean they're
liked
right.
it. Doesn't mean we liked it.
right.
There was a safety out of, I believe it was Clemson. Not a safety. He was a hybrid.
Isaiah Simmons. Linebacker.
Dude, they had a chance to get him.
Yeah.
I knew the
They
season.
were talking about that on the
Should-
radio today. They said he did not have a good year. I
Well,
was listening to Valenti. He said he did not have a good
All
year.
right, so which line had a good year?
Nobody.
Okay. So we might as well roll the dice on the best player available.
Oh, trust me, I
Which was-
agree.
Which was Simmons, and you
Simmons
gave
was
him.
my pick.
which is
Simmons.
the Lions' problem is outside linebacker.
Right.
There's your shot right there.
Simmons, my pick was Simmons or Tua.
I think Simmons could have
Simmons,
really
yeah,
helped out the
yeah.
Lions Because he would have been they would have played him differently in Detroit than they did Arizona. They made him put him in a different position.
Oh,
Absolutely.
He was a
where he
hybrid.
ended up? Is that where he
Because you
ended up?
know
Was
that Matt
Arizona?
Patricia's a defensive wizard, rocket scientist, I think they call him.
Oh yeah, right.
Okay, George, who's next?
Eagles.
That's a win.
Yeah, that actually could be. Yeah, I can see that.
First of all, at the team that's one of the worst, or with the least amount of money when it comes down to salary cap, I believe Philly's number 2 or number
I think
3
you're right.
on the list.
Yeah.
New Orleans is
Yeah,
the worst by far, like $112 million over the salary cap. I think Philly is like in the 80s or 90s.
At Green Bay.
Loss.
Wow, you couldn't write this. At the Los Angeles Rams.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Loss.
Oh,
Loss.
wow.
Loss.
That's
Who the hell did that? I mean, if I'm the Lions, I'm going, yeah, we can't trade him.
No, that's just because it was their turn to play the NFC West. That's the only reason it happened.
That's
It
going
wasn't-
to. Matthew
That's not
Stafford's
something
going
that
to
they
come in
did.
to
That
whoop
was
that
just-
ass, is what's
Because
going
they
to happen.
played, you said they played Frisco,
Yep.
Frisco, Arizona.
Arizona, yeah. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm already calling a double digits point spread on that one.
I will not be taking that bet.
25, 30. Wow. At Minnesota.
Loss.
Loss.
At Pittsburgh.
Definite
Loss.
loss.
And at Seattle.
Loss.
George? What do you think, George?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I have them
Shoot it
at,
up.
It depends how many interceptions Russell Wilson throws. I'll have to check with Bryce.
I have them at 4-12.
Whew, that's a brutal schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So that's a
4 and
top-
12.
Is
That's a
Big
top
Ben-
8 pick next year.
Is Big Ben
Shoot,
retiring?
Doug,
this
right
year?
now that's a top 3 pick. Doug, 4 wins is a top 3 pick, dude. Top 3.
Well, now
You know someone will probably lone wolf Detroit versus the Rams. Probably. Okay. Yeah, we know that.
yeah. Stafford's going to be like, I feel sorry for you guys. I'm going to give you the win. Here's an interception for you.
Here's 5 interceptions for you.
Yeah.
That's that is just ridiculous. 4 and 12. That is brutal.
And I don't even remember who the 4 wins were. I was just marking them down as you said it, either win or loss. I couldn't even remember.
Arizona,
Arizona,
San
the
Francisco,
49ers,
Philly.
Eagles.
And I think I had them splitting with Chicago.
No, you said win on both, or loss on both those.
No, I thought he said win. I thought he said the win at in Ford Field.
So let's be the devil's advocate, though. We're also assuming that all the teams are going to be exactly the same. You're assuming that Love is actually going to be a great replacement for Aaron Rodgers. What if Love is exactly what Aaron Rodgers thinks he is? Crap. What if he's a lousy quarterback and Aaron Rodgers is not in Green Bay?
Where does he end up?
Yeah, but but when we did this, we're assuming everything is the same, right?
We should.
Right.
As of right now.
That's why
We
we're
can
doing
come
this
back
way
to this
too
before
early.
the beginning. We should do this again before the beginning of the season when all the trades and
Because-
stuff have been made.
Right.
I got sprayed there for a second, right through the monitor.
Oh my.
I caught a computer virus.
Hold on, I gotta go get some soap.
Boom.
Oh, I give you a B+ on the creativity for that. That was
Thank you.
pretty- That was quick.
So, how confident are you that Rodgers isn't going to be there?
I'm not
Okay.
confident at all. But we're making an assumption on what's going to happen this early on. We got a
Green
guy.
Bay would
We
be-
got 2 guys demanding trades. Allegedly, they want what's his name out of the Raiders. They want him gone.
David Carr.
David Carr. They want David Carr out.
Derek
They want
Carr.
Watson
Derek Carr.
out.
Derek.
They want Rogers wants out. They
I would love to see Rogers with the Raiders. Are you
Kirk
fucking
Cousins.
kidding me?
Kirk Cousins wants to bail.
I'd love to see Aaron Rodgers
or
with the
Kirk, or
Lions.
they don't want Kirk Cousins, whichever one it is. You don't know what are they doing in Philadelphia when it comes down to quarterback, because they too are in salary cap hell, and they got two guys who want to be starting quarterbacks down there. Who's going to be where and who's going to be what?
Who's their new coach? Did they hire a new coach yet?
Yeah, everybody has their new
Yeah.
coaches.
For who?
Who did they get?
For who?
Hang on.
For Philly.
They call him Frank Lynch Jr. or something like that, because he's just like, he studied under the Buffaloes, huh?
Nick Sirianni.
Yeah, he was an assistant coach under Lynch. So, they brought him in because of Carson. They're hoping he would be able to work with him.
I literally just can't believe the quarterback carousel that's going on this year.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I honest to God think it has a lot to do with that, with salary cap issues. When you look at the salary cap and you realize there's literally half of the NFL is so deep into this. They lost $22 million a team. The salary cap is going down $22 million. That's an 18% loss.
Was that supposed to happen to begin with, or was that supposed to be due to COVID?
That's because of COVID.
That's because
Okay,
of COVID.
Okay.
The NFL lost over $2 billion in revenue.
I heard it was more than that.
2 point something. It's less than 3.
Oh, was it? I thought it was like 5.
No.
No.
They still made a killing on the TV deal. Doug, would you just get your ducks in a row already?
That's
Chipper.
me.
That's me.
Sanders.
That's me. Sorry.
That
I
was
got a
good,
fan-
George. If you would have said the right person, no points for you.
It
I
would
can
have
give you a
Doug,
C.
Doug's outside.
Hey, how do we get? How do
Doug
we
was
mute George?
outside, so I
So,
figured Doug
how do we
was
mute George
outdoors.
for being wrong?
Doug was
It's not possible, unfortunately.
Doug
We
was
have to have
totally
him as
outdoors.
not the person running the show. So
Oh,
Doug was totally outdoors, so I went.
kill the duck.
I'm
It's
killing
tough.
it right now. I have a family text going on.
What's up, Sean? Adam says, assumption purposes only, which team gets Rodgers, Cousins, Watson, and Carr? Curious to your opinion, will accept Suggs. Wow.
said
Lions
that?
are going to get Rodgers.
That's Adam. Adam is just hating on you.
That's okay.
Well, Rodgers is going to go to a contender. I could see him going to Indy since Stafford wasn't traded there.
Or
Who goes to
Frisco.
the Patriots then?
Or Frisco. He's from California.
No, not Patriots. Jesus, that would nobody really throw to?
Who goes to the Patriots?
Who does he have now? He's made all the people that he has now.
Right now, he's got Devontae Adams.
Oh, besides that, yeah, but before that,
He's also got his running back. What is his name? Jones.
No, but I mean,
he's-
Aaron
if you
Jones.
look throughout
and
the years,
there's also his tight end Tanyan.
I'm just saying, if you look throughout the years, though, Rodgers didn't ever need a top tier receiver because he made every look. I mean, you got all these receivers. I can't even think of names right now because they're so insignificant to me. But he's throwing 4,000 to 5,000 yards a year. With who? Before Devontae came.
Yeah. He's made it no secret that he would like to go back home. So
To Cali, yeah.
to San Francisco is
San
where
Francisco.
he really wants to go play.
Or maybe the Raiders.
Yeah, but he really has heart-wise. He has always said he wanted to play for Frisco, which, I mean, because of the legacy and dynasties and whatnot.
So you're saying there's no chance of him coming to Detroit?
No.
Yeah, I think that's a hard no. Even though he does like putting up Hail Marys in that stadium.
Right.
New England is
No,
actually
true.
number 4 with salary cap space. They have a
Who
lot
is?
of money to put. New England has a
Oh.
lot of money to play with salary cap wise. They could run
Let's
out.
trade
We
him.
just got done listing the amount of wide receivers that are going to be free agents. So don't count New England out from jumping up there and getting 3 or 4 new wide receivers, or even 2 new wide receivers, and still have money to get Aaron Rodgers
Yeah, I don't think
or
you'll see-
Watson.
We should trade him Goff. Pick up a couple draft picks. Maybe not high ones, but
No,
Starting
no,
at quarterback, George.
This year
Rachel,
you won't
Detroit
see
Lions.
Belichick's dog making the picks. You'll see Belichick making the picks this year.
I just can't see Rodgers playing under Belichick. For some reason, I just
agree.
can't see Rodgers playing with Belichick.
No, I don't either.
I mean,
I
Rodgers
mean,
couldn't
then
play with
again,
McCarthy after the last couple of seasons, so that's why he got McCarthy booted out of there. So I can't see him working with Belichick.
Yeah, but was that? I mean, was it really McCarthy? I mean, McCarthy's not really lightening it up and down.
Well, Rodgers is still there and McCarthy's not.
Yeah.
Well, is it McCarthy's fault that Dak went down?
No, but
And he didn't. He was the one who signed the Red Rocket, the Red Rifle. Excuse me.
and who's Dak is a free
Rodgers
agent
at
too.
Indy.
Yep.
He's going to go to Dallas.
I guess
Yeah,
the
I
chip.
was going to say Dallas hasn't signed Dak yet. So
Nope. And who knows how he's going to be after that injury, anyways.
There's a good trade bait, by the way.
yeah,
What's
that I was going to say there's a quarterback we're kind of forgetting a little bit. Is Dak is available?
I brought it up last night.
Yeah, but we're
Suds didn't forget
different.
about
New
it.
show, reboot. Hit
We
the
have new
reset
audience now,
button.
Chris.
Yes.
Probably not.
No, new bodies on hand.
You could do what basically, and George disagreed. You could do a sign and trade. You could say, okay, we're going to trade you to say the Green Bay Packers or the Raiders or whatever. You sign this contract, and we'll make the trade. And Dak goes off to wherever, and here comes Carr, here comes Watson, or here comes Rodgers.
But they
No,
don't.
we should.
You don't
Goff.
do
We
sign
should
and
trade them
That's
to Goff,
NBA.
and then we
No.
can get draft picks.
Goff is fine where he's at right now.
Goff, they won't be.
No,
making
but
any more-
I would love to see you turn around and get some draft picks for him.
Guys, you have to have. You're gonna have to.
You-
You're just gonna have to suck it up for this year.
We have Chase.
Yeah.
So you don't have anybody. Thanks for making the point.
Do you seriously? Where's? I mean,
Well, hey,
you're lucky.
Adam-
Get muted.
Not
Is it
you.
my
should
first
be.
mute?
You
Is
should
it
be.
my first mute?
Yeah, why not? You're muted.
hey, Adam just brought up Rodgers and Indy be a good fit. That'd be true, but are we assuming that Wentz isn't going to get traded over to Indy to play for Frank Reich again?
No.
Which
If you have a choice between Wentz and Rodgers, you're taking Rodgers.
Yeah, but
Hey,
we're,
I unmuted myself.
assuming
Is that legal?
we're assuming that Wentz isn't getting traded then, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
You brought in you brought in the head coach specifically to work with that particular guy. He's not going anywhere. Wentz is stuck.
Will they trade
well,
Jalen then?
not really. I was gonna say technically, no, he's not stuck. I mean, and it's up to management really, and you know, Stafford, Winston's people are pissed because Stafford got the move first. And, Winston was like, I should have been moved first. And it's like, no, it didn't happen. Well, Stafford did. And now, everybody's going to be looking at, well, hey, if everybody's going to swap quarterbacks, well, that means we could swap quarterbacks. And it could be a big, we thought 6 coaching jobs were big. It could be a pretty ugly 6 or 7 quarterback swap around. Then what are you looking at?
Would it be safe to assume that the first chip to fall will probably be Deshaun Watson? And then everybody else
I
follows
really
suit after
don't
that?
think so.
It's going to be really tough to figure out how they're going to get that $67 million off the books. So
We
I don't
actually
think he's
came
gonna
out.
be
We actually totaled it out last night because the signing bonuses was spread over the next 3 years. It actually only comes up to what did we say 22 million?
Yeah, I wasn't
And
saying.
he's only getting paid 10 million for this year. So this year coming up,
15.
he's only going to be 10 million.
15.
Plus
10.
plus
No,
an
it's
extra
10.
5 on the bonus.
It's 5.
It's like
Yeah.
it's 5 more on top of
But the
that.
bonus doesn't count against the salary cap, does it?
Yeah,
No.
that's why it's spread over the years. Yeah, it was. We just went
Well,
over
I thought it
this.
wasn't.
No,
It
no.
was spread over for 5 years for the next 3 years. Is
But
all of his $15 million
Exactly.
worth.
Yeah, but that doesn't go against the salary cap.
It doesn't go against salary cap. Signing bonus does not go against salary cap. The Wentz contract is a hard hit. Adam, when it comes to the Deshaun Watson, I mean, once Deshaun gets moved, Wentz can get moved.
Yeah. Yeah.
If
That's
Watson
the
gets
key.
moved, Wentz can
Yeah.
get moved. No problem.
Yeah.
I think Houston might wait and see what goes on to see what they can get too. See if Rodgers gets moved or
Well,
to
the
see what.
inside says right now, Houston wants 2 number 1s, 2 number 2s, and 2 defensive young starters.
And a quarterback.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Who has that? Who's has that willing to give it up though? They
exactly.
can do it.
Well, that's what happens. That's what happens with the Stafford Golf trade. That right there is at the market price for Deshaun Watson.
Watson, someone on ESPN said they talked to somebody close to Watson, said he's ready to sit out. He said he will never play a game for Houston again. So he might. I mean, they might be forced to.
You wanna sit out? Guess what? It's what the penalty is $42,000 per day. Okay?
Yeah, but he's made
Right,
enough
you
money
ain't
right
gonna
now
get
to.
Oh no. At the rate the relationship is right now, Houston will say, okay, every day we're taking money back. Thank you.
So it's
I read-
$42,000
I
a
read this
day.
off of Pro Football.
No, because that's
I thought it was 42,000. No, I think it's per game, not per day. I think.
no, it's 42,000 a day. You sit out. It's 42 a day. Could Wentz go to Frisco? Adam, can I mute you on Facebook?
Unfortunately not.
Why is he not on here? Is he at home taking care of Gail after she fell out of the truck the other night?
No, the little one is under the weather.
Oh.
The little one's under the weather. But no, they would recoup their money back pretty damn fast. I mean, right now, Jacob Eason is sweating it because he was picked by Indy. He's like, I was the next man up, and what are you gonna do? You know, it's like, is Indy even in the conversation? I have not seen Indianapolis attached to anybody so far.
No, I haven't heard peep about them
Well,
either.
well, did you hear the latest? I think it was Andrew Luck sent out a tweet saying that he wants to unretire and play for the Colts this year.
Hey, Andrew Luck, sorry about your damn luck, but you know, you don't get to play that game.
Why?
You wouldn't take him back?
Yeah, why not?
Because
I'd
he's
take him
already
back.
sat out a year, and psychologically, somebody has already quit. He quit psychologically. No, I wouldn't take him.
Oh, Gronk retired for a year and came back. Why can't Andrew Luck?
And Bell.
Yeah.
Well, that's a whole other situation.
Still sat out.
Gronk has the cakewalk. Andrew Luck psychologically lost his marbles and basically said, I can't do this anymore. When you have a psychologist turn around and sitting there going, yep, I can back this up, I concur, here's the medical reports, blah, 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 you know, okay, why are you going to want to take a head case back?
What's wrong with taking a mental break and then if he wants to go back to Indy, Indy says, well, we'd like for you to take a psyche eval or whatever beforehand, and if it pans out, why not? I mean, obviously, you're not going to pay him $15-20 million for a season
but
or
that's what
whatever.
He's gonna want. He's gonna.
He's already been paid for that though. Remember, they let him keep all of his money. They didn't go back. Oh, they didn't go after anything. So he might actually take less.
Yeah, I mean, if he's really wanting to come back, wouldn't he come back for, I don't know, I'm just throwing a number out there, $5-10 million?
Yeah. If they offer that to him, I'm sure he'll take it.
Yeah, I don't think they would. I mean, you drafted Eason. I think they're looking at going, yep.
Don't they still have Brissett too?
Yeah. Yep.
Don't count Miami out of the loop here, by the way. They don't really like Tuna.
Then why did they draft him?
Well,
Wishful thinking.
they've seen that he needs a little bit more time to watch the game progress. He's not NFL ready.
Who's that?
Tua.
But it was their
Tua.
fault for putting him in so early then.
Yes, it was.
Fitzpatrick
But your other option was Fitzmagic.
who was doing quite
He
well.
was, he had a winning record.
They had not lost. In fact, they had not lost. They were on a 4-game winning streak, and Miami goes, well, after the bye week, we're going to start Tua. And we all went, what? Why?
Thing is delayed.
Yeah, it was
I think
stupid.
that's where Deshaun's going to wind up anyway, is in Miami.
I don't think
Hi,
Miami's
this
not
is
giving
Diana
Houston the
Kaufman. I
draft
am
pick.
doing a test call.
I could actually see him going to Miami because Miami has a lot of draft picks.
Right,
Yep,
but
yep.
Miami got the 3rd draft pick from Houston. They're not giving it up, and that's what Houston wants back. And Miami's going, nope, sorry about your damn luck.
Yes, it
Watch,
all
he goes
depends
to
on how
Miami.
bad they want Watson.
I don't think they will.
I just can't believe Miami's giving up on Tua that fast.
I know, right?
Well,
But they kept on benching it too throughout the whole season.
yeah, I mean,
Puts Fitzmagic in, take him out, put him in, take him out. They must have did it like 3 or 4 times,
yeah,
at least.
a couple of times that I can recall. Yes, Adam, Miami messed up with the chemistry, definitely, when that quarterback swaps between Fitz and Tua. Absolutely. I mean, you've got to get the consistency there.
It's probably
I think Miami still needs a good, and after going through that list, there's a lot of good wide receivers. If Ben decides, hey, I'm done, you can see Juju sitting down in Miami.
I could easily see him going out. Can you imagine Juju and all the social media hype going to Miami?
Yeah.
I could still see Juju leaving, period, regardless if Ben comes back or not. But yeah, Miami would definitely be a good fit for him down there.
Well, if you ever notice, Pittsburgh never overpays wide receivers.
Nope.
They always underpay them. Or not underpay them, but at their level or lower. They never overpay. How many times have we said, remember Burris?
Plaxico
Michigan
Burress,
State,
sure.
yeah. He wanted more, nope, bye. After he shot himself, but that's a different story.
In the leg, yeah.
There was somebody else too. Super fast, caught a touchdown in the end zone in the Super Bowl.
Santonio Holmes.
Holmes.
The
They
greatest
wouldn't
catch in Super Bowl history.
They wouldn't overpay him. They let him go.
No, he was done.
Yeah, he went to the Jets after that.
He wanted big money, and they said no, and they got rid of him.
No, he wasn't that big money, but he was just, Cowher turned around and Cowher's like Belichick. You know when you've sort of used up your people.
The only one that the Steelers have actually, I guess, call it overpaid is Antonio Brown.
There he is. Get that audio synced in there, sir.
And even then, they ended up getting rid of him too.
Sure. Yep.
I think the only one they actually did pay was Heinz Ward, if I recall.
Yeah.
You know, I think Ward was the only one.
They just don't overpay. They don't overpay at their running backs either.
That's because receivers are a dime a dozen.
There he is.
Hey,
Travis,
John.
welcome on in, sir.
Just in
And
a
running
hotel
back-
room here.
And running backs aren't necessarily as needed as they were back about 10 years
Exactly.
ago. And
Yeah, Pittsburgh usually sticks their money in at defense.
So who does Pittsburgh get to replace Juju then?
you
mean,
got Chase Claypool. You got
Godwin.
no, they've already got the guy on the. God, I can't remember his name. The slot receiver, wherever they already had Deontay Johnson. There's your 1-2, and then James Washington. There's number 3.
You got to go cheap though because they're way over the salary cap too.
Well, they're already on a contract because obviously Chase.
I'm talking about any free agents you're going to sign. You got to
Oh.
make. You got to go. You got to stay in the middle of the road to the lower end. Because you are they are one of the ones at the bottom of that salary cap hell list.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
thanks to Ben.
Well, I was
It's-
going to say, and
There's
that's
a lot of other dead
sort of-
money coming around too.
that's sort of the other issue is who's quarterbacking them. If Ben
Right.
says he's done, who's quarterbacking the Steelers?
Those are back up right
Not
now.
Duck, it's not Duck
Mason
Dodger.
Rudolph or
Oh.
Josh Dobbs.
They're gonna bring somebody in.
You'd have to bring
should-
something in.
We should trade him Jared Goff.
Sorry, the Lions are stuck with that double. I don't think they're going to get a double trade.
Pittsburgh this year-
I'm actually not really. I don't really mind having Jared Goff for a couple of years.
Pittsburgh currently is negative $30 million for salary cap.
Which they can easily manipulate.
To
That's
get
nothing
maybe back
compared
down
to-
to 0, but you're not going
But
to go
who-
re-signing somebody in a big contract.
What
That's
quarterback
nothing
even
compared to
fits that
New
system?
England.
What's that?
What quarterback even fits that system though? What free agent right now that would fit the Pittsburgh system?
That's a good question.
You know,
Cam
that's what I'm
Newton.
thinking. Like, think about who's out there. I mean, there's a ton that are going to be free agents, but who really fits how they run it? Because Big Ben just sits in the pocket and gets beat up. So who's going to fit that? Cam Newton?
No,
I
no,
mean,
Cam's a
Cam
runner.
Newton, we've already established
no,
can't throw the football.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, we
no,
said that
no,
guy can't.
no.
So
More
who's going to go
the
there?
run.
It's going to be run heavy regardless. I mean, you got Claypool and Juju, but Juju hasn't done shit this year. Claypool looks strong, so who are you going to put in there?
Well, Juju's a free agent.
Juju's a free agent. So
Is he?
that's- that-
Yeah.
He's an unrestricted free agent, so he's
Yeah.
gone.
Do you think
If-
he's
if-
gone really?
If Ben did decide to
Ben did.
retire, if Ben decided to retire, I wouldn't mind seeing a competition between Mason Rudolph and Josh Dobbs for the year and see what happens and hopefully get our heir apparent quarterback in the 2nd or 3rd round.
Yeah,
Fitz-
Where is
one year.
where's
Fitz magic,
Pittsburgh
baby.
drafting this year?
What's that?
Where's Pittsburgh drafting this year?
24?
Oh,
Yeah, they made the playoffs. They were the top. They were the
They're
top of the
24.
list of the playoffs.
Yep. They're
There's your
24.
answer right there. Fitzpatrick would be money over there.
Yeah, Fitzpatrick,
yeah.
pocket passer, likes to stay in the
He's not a free
pocket.
agent though, is he?
Well, they're not keeping him. They're not going to keep him in Miami.
Well, if,
No,
they're gonna
he
get,
wants
if
to
they
be
get rid of
healthy.
Tua, they will.
No, they're going to get. They're going to go out and get themselves a. I got a feeling they're going to trade for somebody.
Yeah, Deshaun.
Technically, these are your free agent quarterbacks. Dak Prescott, Jacoby Brissett, Mitch Trubisky actually is, Fitzpatrick, Tyrod Taylor, AJ McCarron, Andy Dalton, Colt McCoy, Robert Griffin, Matt Barkley,
McCoy's still
Cam
alive.
Newton, Joe Flacco, Mike Glennon, Geno Smith, Blaine Gabbert, Jameis Winston, Brian Hoyer, Blake Bortles, CJ Beathard, Nick
Bortles.
Mullins, Joshua Dobbs. Those are your free agent quarterbacks.
Those are unrestricted free agents?
Correct.
Can you see
I think
Flacco in a Steelers jersey?
Can't
Yeah.
see if
Oh my.
Flacco's still playing football.
Yeah,
Wow.
but if someone who throws a lot like Ben Roethlisberger,
Is it
he's-
an
Hey, read
animal?
Read the top
Isn't it-
five again, George, that you said.
The top 5 guys:
Yeah.
Dak, Jacoby Brissett,
Okay.
Mitch Trubisky, Fitzpatrick, and Tyrod Taylor.
If he's healthy, I think Dak would be a good fit in Pittsburgh.
No,
Well,
he would be. There's no way in hell we'd be able to afford him.
Trubisky-
Yeah, remember, Dak's
Yeah,
coming in. wanting
Run
to-
heavy offense.
isn't it Dave Wallencheck or Adam that wants Trubisky in Pittsburgh?
Why would anybody want Trubisky anyway?
I will bet money that he goes to the Patriots and he succeeds.
Dak?
No,
Who?
Trubisky.
Oh,
Trubisky.
Trubisky.
I had no idea Trubisky was an unrestricted free agent.
Yep.
I've been saying it since he got benched in week 4 that he would go to the Patriots and succeed.
That's a
I
very
like this guy.
That's a possibility. That's a possibility.
that's a very nice angle.
I'm the only person who rode the Chicago bandwagon at all.
Yeah. You by sheer luck.
Excuse me, I did it from the very beginning.
Yeah. And you got lucky in the very beginning. You
So
were getting
what?
lucky.
I called it. I was right. Deal with it. Travis.
Yeah,
I hear
but you
you had a
jumped,
road radio
you jumped
show.
off. You jumped off the bandwagon.
I'm
No.
a Bears fan. I'm a Bears fan. And I do think that Trubisky with the proper coaching is going to be, I'd say, a top 12 quarterback.
He didn't say top 5.
Nope.
He
No,
didn't-
right.
he didn't say top 5. He said top 12.
Yep. Get him with the team with a running game and a coach that actually uses his strengths. He's going to succeed.
Chicago
Well,
have a good running game.
Nagy's
That's
a
definitely not
fucking idiot.
Pittsburgh. That's definitely not Pittsburgh. We have
No,
no
but
running
he
game.
said New England, though. He said New
Yeah,
England.
but doesn't Chicago have a decent running game?
Not
And they were
Not really.
successful. They
No,
were
not
successful
really.
at the end of the year.
the
Cohen
coach
went.
will not
Cohen
use the
went.
players' strengths. That's the problem with Nagy. That's why Kansas City let him go. Look what he did in the Super Bowl. Kareem Hunt, or in the playoffs, Kareem Hunt ran all over in the first half. Second half, he had 3 carries.
I remember that.
And the next year, Nagy's the Bears head coach.
Better than Patricia. Oh, sorry.
So right now the only quarterback that Chicago has is Foles.
Yes, that's it.
I forgot about that. Forgot about him.
And that guy needs to fucking be shot.
He won a Super Bowl. Not with Chicago, but
One good year out of fucking 9 years or however long he's been in. He's terrible.
It's what you call the one-hit wonder.
Yep.
so it's like when we
And he does
Like
have a
Matt-
ring.
like Matt Flynn.
No, Matt Flynn was a one-game wonder. Not a one-year wonder. One
I
game.
remember that game.
But he turned that shit into a big ass contract though.
Yes, he did.
And he never again earned a penny of it. He has given it to him. I don't even, is he even in the league?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think he's in the league. He took Seattle's money and said bye.
Good on him, though.
No, Seattle got Russell Wilson and said, "Get the fuck out."
Yeah.
They drafted him in the quarterback competition.
Either way, he got paid.
Yes, he did.
That's
Hey,
how you
George.
make your money.
Hey George, you said that Jacoby Brissett is an unrestricted free agent too.
Yeah.
Yes.
So as of right now, all Indy has is Jacob Eason.
Correct.
And Andrew Luck on them might come back.
On the comeback tour.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not trusting blog sites.
Come on, George, you're sold on that.
Not even close. Not even close. Yeah, this is an ugly list. I mean, very ugly.
And how many starters are going to move, even though they're not unrestricted? There's going to be so many that are going to move. So this is the biggest year for quarterback movement ever.
There's already been 2.
Yep.
Dude,
Just
who's the
so
other one?
weird.
Stafford and Goff.
Well, same draft. Or the same trade. It's one.
Still,
Still 2 quarterbacks moving
it's still
though.
2 quarterbacks move.
I'm not sure if I said. I'm not sure if some of these teams don't decide to call these guys as bluff. I mean, you're threatening to sit out. You're in your prime of your career, and how often does that actually work out for the player? Where you sit out an entire season?
I mean, he ain't gonna sit out, but he can sit on the bench or just not perform.
Yeah.
You know, you can get paid. You can sit there on the fucking bench and get paid.
I'm just
It's not
saying, who tell me this. Who has sat out a year and the following year performed at a high level?
I can't think of anybody off the top of my head, but I do recall there's been at least a couple of players that have sat out a whole
Le'Veon
season.
sat out.
But and look what he's done.
He hasn't
he
been
went
the
to-
same
He
since
went to the
though.
Jets, so you can't really.
And then
Yeah.
and then he went from Kansas City. Then he was sitting at Kansas City, and they barely played him at all for the entire season.
You had Hyde Hilaire there.
Who was
Yeah.
injured half?
Yeah, who was injured?
And the other guy, the one that
And never
had a
mind,
big
they
game in the
signed.
Super Bowl last year.
Never mind that
Jamal,
they brought in Bell like 3/4 of the way through the season.
But he was playing though.
I don't know why they even brought him in.
There was no point to it. They never played it. But there hasn't been someone sat out a year who's been successful. Just
Well,
hasn't.
There hasn't been a quarterback that's done that either.
Andrew Luck is going to be the first.
No, I won't.
Yeah,
No, I won't.
So okay, Carson Wentz, he's gonna get moved. He ain't staying there.
Now is there a difference between just sitting out a year or missing a year due to injury?
Sitting out.
That's a good. Oh,
Okay,
Sitting
let's go
out.
with getting injured though. What is the most successful?
Through Tom Brady.
Alex Smith.
Alex Smith. Yeah,
Alex Smith, Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, I might give you. Alex Smith is not the same quarterback as he was when he got injured.
He was never
Before
that
he got
good.
injured.
He's a serviceable quarterback. He should have never been drafted in the top fucking 20, that's for sure.
He was the number one pick overall.
he was the
Yeah.
number one overall.
He was number one overall.
Rodgers was second, right?
Ow,
It
feet.
was ugly.
Yeah, Rodgers went to like in the 20s.
Second QB though, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
This is a very interesting ordeal. Here are your running backs. Todd Gurley is a free agent, unrestricted free agent.
God, what happened to him?
Kenyon Drake, Mark Ingram, Tevin Coleman, James White, Matt Breida, Mike Davis, Rex Burkhead. There goes New England's running game. Carlos Hyde, Brian Hill, Leonard Fournette actually is. TJ Yeldon, Malcolm Brown, Deion Lewis, Chris Thompson, Jerick McKinnon, LaShawn McCoy, Adrian Peterson is, Frank Gore, Lamar Miller, Devontae Booker, Ty Montgomery.
What team is Shady on? I
And,
didn't even know he
so
was
is,
still
and
playing.
so is Bell. Le'Veon Bell is too.
So look, tier 2, tier 3 running backs, no real top talent.
Montgomery ain't no joke.
No.
Fournette's no joke.
Yeah, those
Connor.
two. Were
What team was
successful.
Shady on? Was Shady on? I don't remember him still.
He was
playing
with
in
Kansas
the
City
league.
too.
City.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
They brought in every old running back that they could possibly get on the roster in Kansas City, and didn't
Marlon-
basically play any of them.
And actually, I think
Marlon
McCoy was hurt. That's why he didn't play.
Yeah. Marlon Mack is from Indy. He also is.
I say there's 3 starting
Phillip
running backs
Lindsay
there.
is.
Huh?
Phillip Lindsay from Denver is too.
Oh, that dude's just a handicap
I'm
sign
sorry.
waiting to happen.
He's restricted. No, Lindsay is a restricted free agent.
Lindsey's just a handicap sign waiting. He gets hurt every single year since he entered the league.
I
Sounds
can-
like you've had him in fantasy a couple of years.
Yes, I did. This year.
That's fantasy talking.
Yeah, I was
Yes,
gonna
it
say,
was.
That's somebody who knows because they had him on the team.
mhm.
Man, whatever happened to Gurley and Tevin Coleman?
The wrong systems, I think, for both of them.
They're
I
old.
think Gurley would succeed in New England, more up the gut, not running outside with, Atlanta's a pass first team. They just are. And if you're not going to have good linemen that are going to open up that A gap, Gurley's not going to succeed just because he's not going to blow you away with speed. He's just not. Peterson still is going to put up yards, even though he's like 90 years old. Same thing. It's got to be up the gut. It can't be left and right bullshit.
it's the wrong systems for a lot of these running backs. I think a lot of them can still succeed, and it's always going to be running back by committee. Today's NFL, you're not going to have a workhorse outside of a few guys. I mean, what, maybe five to eight guys max are going to be like workhorses. Other than that, it's always going to be a running back committee. So it's just finding the right scheme to me. And I think some of these guys still have a lot left in the tank, and they just don't get it. You know, they don't get that opportunity because they're in the wrong offensive scheme, and the coaches don't know how to use players to their strengths. And that's the problem with several teams. Like, they could be so much better if the coaches just knew what the fuck they were doing. And that's, you know, it aggravates me seeing these players that were so good. I mean, yeah, you talk about Gurley. How good was he? He was great. And it's just, you don't put him, he got injured and then they got traded, and then he's just not the same person because it's not the same scheme. They're not.
Well, he got injured, came back, it wasn't the same.
Right. And well, they didn't
then got traded.
They didn't use him. McVay quit using him even after he came back. He wasn't even getting the playing time. Malcolm Brown was running.
Yeah, they tried to put him on like a pitch count.
Yeah. And you can't do that. He's one of those guys that you got to keep giving the ball until he breaks through. It's Adrian Peterson, same type of running back. You keep feeding him. He's gonna break through.
Sanders.
Yeah, it's just a question. And that's the problem, man. That's the problem. These coaches don't know how to use these players' strengths, or they just don't have the linemen up front to be able to do it.
So here's a question for everybody. Does Adrian Peterson get a new contract before his AARP card?
Yes.
Yes.
Just wondering.
Somebody will sign him.
Oh yeah.
Another 1 year deal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's just it. I mean, everything's gone towards the pass happy as far as offenses go. That running backs aren't necessarily as useful or as needed as they were, like I said earlier, like 10 years ago. It's
you better be able to catch the ball if you're a running back too.
Yeah, unless you're the Titans.
Does Rivers does Rivers jump out of retirement before the middle of the season?
No.
No.
He's done.
Rivers is done.
Hold on, though. Consider this. By the middle of the season, we're talking October, November, he's in a household with like 9 women.
53 children.
He's got like 9 women in that house.
Yeah, he's already moved to Utah.
Right.
You know, he might be ready to run out the door.
Come on, Chipper. That's not.
I was leaving that one alone, the Utah joke, you know. He's got 9 women in that house.
What,
he
man,
may
what?
be running out the door going, sign me, sign me, sign me.
Oh no, he's gonna go take a booth job. He'll do color commentary.
Yeah. He would. Yep. He'd do well.
He would.
That only gets you out of the house for like 2 days. He's gonna want out of that house longer than 2 days.
Wallencheck is.
Oh, he's gonna want to be on all the road trips. I'll go cross country in a bus like Madden used to do.
What do you think about Jameis Winston? Where's he gonna go?
Saints said they want him.
Saints, yeah.
Staying with the Saints.
You think he's gonna stay there?
Peyton just came out today. Said he'd like to keep Peyton, and they should sign him to extension today.
Okay.
They said they'd really
because he's under the impression that Breeze is going to retire.
But if you're Winston and you had a chance to start and they start a fucking tight end over you, do you really want to be there?
Well, the thing is Hill was drafted as quarterback. The weird layout of they put him as a wide receiver / tight end.
He's Tim Tebow 2.0.
Yeah, I was gonna say if he would have stayed as quarterback instead of this little joker role, it'd be a different story. But yeah, I think it'll be Winston, you know, as the starting quarterback next year.
Just called him Tim Tebow. My God, man, the humanity.
2.0.
No, he's got a much higher passer rating than Tim Tebow ever had. It ain't even close.
I expect him to pass.
Adam,
Neither did they expect Tebow to pass either.
Rivers needs to work on getting a vasectomy this offseason, according to Adam.
Right.
They do not believe in birth control. Vasectomy is out, folks.
Adam brought up. He said, "Could Jacoby end up back in New England?"
No.
I didn't hear what you said, George.
Could Jacoby Brissett end up back in New England?
Or what about Jimmy G?
Jimmy could.
Jimmy, I was gonna say, I think Jimmy could before Jacoby.
Jimmy could, but
Mhm.
I still think it's going to be Trubisky. I honestly do.
You know, that sneaky son of a bitch over there in New England.
That's what I'm
How
saying.
many times has he done this where a former person has left the team and when it didn't work out has come crawling back and they get him for cheap?
Yeah, but he's never done it with a quarterback.
They
He's done
still-
it with a
That's
wide
whole
receiver,
different-
and
Oh,
he
he's done
did
it
it
with a
with
lot
the
of
defensive
people, but-
lineman, and he's
They
done
won't
it
get
with a
Garoppolo
lot of
cheap
other
either.
people. He's done it with head
Yeah,
coach,
but-
coaches.
But
So,
quarterbacks, I don't know about that.
and he wanted Jimmy G to stay. Remember, he got Brady and
Yeah, Brady
Kraft.
said it's me or him.
Yep, Kraft.
Yeah, but-
Brady and Kraft forced Jimmy G out. So
Yeah, but
all of a
Jim-
sudden, Jimmy G comes strolling back in and takes him to the playoffs.
He's
That's
going to
the
play
son
good.
of a bitch would do it.
Yeah,
Would
wherever
Jimmy-
Garoppolo goes, he's going to play good.
Would Jimmy G be on the cheap though? Isn't he still under contract with San
No,
Francisco
he's
for
free
another
agent.
2 or 3 years?
Oh,
Free agent.
You're sure? I thought I looked it up to like a couple
I
weeks
thought
ago
he
that-
was. George,
I thought he was
Do
under
your job.
contract. I thought he was under contract till at
Do
least
your job.
2023. I mean, I could be wrong. I thought he was under contract. I read he was under contract till 2023.
it might
Yeah,
be.
how long has he been there?
Was this
2
was his
years?
what, second year?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
he's
I
got to
think
still
so.
be under contract. If it's only his second, he's got to be.
Oh no, he was. He almost took him to the Super Bowl last year, and the year before that he was injured. So this has got to be his third, if not fourth year,
Well, the 49ers.
because he got back-to-back injuries.
No, they just were in the Super Bowl. The Chiefs just beat him in the Super Bowl.
Right.
Last year,
And then
yeah.
he was there. He'd been with San Francisco the year before, because the first thing he did was he got injured in like game 1 or game 2.
So he's been there 3 years. This was year 3. Yes.
So this would
was
be
year
his.
3.
This would be his last year.
Yep. That's got to be it. 4-year deal, I guarantee it.
I'm sorry,
This will be
George is
fun.
not doing his job anymore. So
Garoppolo signed a 5-year, $137,500,000 contract with the 49ers. When was this though? Let's see
18?
what year it was.
18, right?
I'm looking. It doesn't it say the current contract? It doesn't say when it was signed though. Oh yeah, 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he signed through 2022, 23.
Yep.
He's
right.
he's an unrestricted free agent in 2023.
I
how
think
much
his
is
salary.
how much is his cap hit in 2021 and 22?
I'd be up there.
2022
21.
is $27 million. 2021 is
And
26,
26
24.
Okay. Yeah, so Jimmy ain't going anywhere for right now.
Why? That's a discount.
I
Or a
was gonna
starting
say,
quarterback in the NFL.
You
Yeah,
didn't
compared
see
to
Stafford
Deshaun.
and Goff swapping, and that's
Yeah.
shorter than 2 years. Anything's possible
The
now.
dead cap hit was less than
Yeah, but
three.
their
It's less than
cap
$3
hits
million.
were- But I think their
Oh.
cap hits were
Yeah,
pretty equal though.
Hey, there's no Packers fans in here, right?
no.
Correct.
Thank God. He's got to hang up.
Only watching, I think.
Yeah, only
Did you
watching and chatting.
Did you guys do your 10 most hated yet?
Not yet.
That's-
Have not gotten into it yet.
I thought- you did the
we're
10 most
we're
hated,
still on the we're still on the quarterback trading.
So why would San Francisco move on from Garoppolo? That's my question.
Because
Why
he
would they?
can't stay on the damn field.
What, this year?
No, remember, we just got done. He is only out of the 3 years that he's played. Excuse me, if you count when he was with New England, he got hurt in New England too.
Yeah, but he was never a starter in New England.
Okay, but out of the 5 years he's played, he's been injured 3 of them,
But he
Or
took him to the
four.
Super Bowl.
right? And he was injured the year before, and injured the year before that. He can't stay out. He can't stay on the field.
Well, he could. He just doesn't want to.
I don't know. Didn't he? It was, I think his one injury was pretty severe.
Yeah. Broken toenail.
Yeah.
Nobody can say they had after Alex Smith. Nobody can say they had a
Here,
bad
yeah.
injury.
No.
He only played. He was 3 games in 2018. full 16 in 2019 and only played 6 in 2020.
So
Jimmy.
25 games in 3 years.
Okay,
Is that
I
right?
got a question. I got a question for you guys. And who's going to be the Bears starting quarterback next year? Since I'm a Bears fan.
Jared Goff.
That's now you get muted
Bowls.
twice. You get muted
Listen.
twice.
Listen. Stay in your lane. I get muted on this show, damn it. Back your ass off.
Oh, wow.
Travis, I hear you listened to the show before. Is
Yeah,
that right?
I've checked in.
You don't have anything better to do. All right. Let's
Oh,
check it. No life whatsoever.
Wow.
Thanks, Suds.
No
That's
problem.
Suck it, Suds.
That just got it. That just got you.
That's what he
Number
was
3.
trying to
There
do,
you
George. He
And I
was
was-
jealous because I got muted twice.
That's right, damn it.
Yes. Yes,
And I
yes.
thought Suds would make it the whole show without getting muted.
Never.
Oh, please, never.
I don't
Never.
think that's ever happened.
I was gonna say.
When you guest on other shows, I don't think you get muted, but on this show, no, you're right. It has never happened.
Hey, ask George. Ask George. I was good last night. I was good.
He was just telling me you were good last night. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I cussed one time and it was after 8 o'clock.
Well, you told me you didn't cuss at all.
That's a
George. You didn't tell me it was
motherfucking
one
record for me.
Yeah.
Oh, we lost him. Oh,
Oh,
there he is.
That's
Oh,
Doug. Doug's flipping on.
yeah, only because the wife's going to bed, so I'm gonna turn my video off for a bit.
You're not going with her?
No,
time. Wow.
not yet. Not yet.
Nick Foles. Travis is your answer.
No.
Nick Foles.
No, he will not.
Oh,
He will not. Who wins the Watson sweepstakes?
I still think it's Miami.
Miami.
I say Jets.
Hell, maybe Tua will be your starter.
Jets or San Fran.
Jets.
yeah. See, that's what I was thinking.
Jets.
It's gonna be the Jets or San Francisco.
Jets.
I'm thinking-
Francisco would
I'm
be-
thinking Jets, and then just as an outside shot, Oakland
I'm thinking
No.
San Francisco because what's
Oakland.
his face is in his ear.
or Vegas. Sorry.
Vic is telling Deshaun Watson to either choose the 49ers or the Bears. So Vic is his boy. I'm gonna roll with that. I'm gonna say 49ers because he ain't gonna go to Chicago. They just don't have enough to offer.
Selfishly, I hope he doesn't go to Chicago.
I do
No,
because I wanted them to
he's-
draft him in the first place.
Not at the price they're going to be asking.
I don't
know,
want to have
Trey-
to. I don't want to have to play him twice a year.
Right. And I'd love to say, oh, I wanted Patrick Mahomes, but no, hell no, I didn't. I wanted Watson. I was so excited for that draft. I'm like, we're gonna get Watson, and then they said Trubisky, and I said, who the F is that?
Yeah.
Did they move up to get him too?
Yeah,
Yes, they
Yeah,
did.
they moved up to the number 1 spot to get him.
2 spot.
Risky wasn't number
Number 2
one,
spot.
was
He wasn't
Yeah.
number one.
he? No, I was
Trubisky
gonna
was
say he
not
was
number one overall.
Oh, it was
No.
2.
Oh.
That's right,
He was
because
number
the Browns were. That's right.
Well, the reason why they moved up apparently is because the Browns were gonna take him. That should have been your first inclination that that wasn't the right quarterback.
Oh, I like him. You got to
No,
be on the
it's,
show more often, Travis.
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause-
I honestly think Trubisky goes to the Patriots. I think Watson goes to the 49ers, and I think Garoppolo either goes to the Pats or the Bears.
What about Goff? Does he stay with the Lions?
Yes.
Oh yeah, he's locked in because they're in rebuild mode. And
I agree.
If they can protect him at all, Stafford wasn't protected. Everybody says Stafford's record was shit, and like I
It
see
was.
so many people down talk on Stafford. I'm like, that dude's a good fucking quarterback.
He's a great quarterback.
And so many, even
You've
so
gone
many
too far.
Lions fans talk bad about him. I'm like completely amazed. I'm like, did you guys not watch? I know his record's terrible, but do you not see the team around him?
Mm-hmm.
It's like what
And
do you want?
everything wasn't his fault, but I mean, he had made some boneheaded plays, but
Everybody
but-
does.
Yeah, every quarterback does.
and I think the reason he made those boneheaded plays is because he thinks he had to do everything.
Exactly. And I think he got so frustrated with everything
I'm
else that it's on me. I got to win this game or lose it. It's one of the two.
Absolutely.
No.
And I'm surprised he actually nutted up
Stayed
and
that
actually
long.
asked it for a trade. I didn't think he would ever do that.
I'm
just 'cause of
surprised
the
he
kind of
stayed
guy he
that
is.
long.
I wish he would have left for his sake. I wish he would have left 3 years ago.
When
I'm
he
just
this
glad
year, when he was playing the Chicago Bears, and he had at least a 10-point lead, 9 or 10-point lead, and he threw that ball into triple coverage when he had that lead in the fourth quarter. That tells you a lot about him. Yeah, I bet you were excited about that one, that moron. Straight, there's 11 people on the field, and you throw it to the guy who's got 3 people on it.
Wait. Who's your team?
I don't have one.
Yeah, I don't have one.
I don't. Ask George. I'd have never claimed a team.
Nope.
Never claimed a team.
But you're a big football fan?
Yeah.
How can you not have
No,
a team?
he claims Michigan State.
Michigan State. I mean, I don't claim a pro team because they're too up and down.
You can come.
I had when I was younger, I had season tickets with my dad for the Lions, and then they went on. Then they did that stupid strike. And
So did you get to watch Barry Sanders live?
what's that? Barry Sanders?
Yeah.
I was at the game when he broke 2,000 yards.
I not only
And Mike Utley got
Be right
injured.
back.
Or Mike Utley.
my running back in the day was way before Barry Sanders.
Billy Sims.
Billy Sims.
Billy Sims.
Billy
yeah,
Sims.
boy.
I was actually at the
age.
game. I was actually at the game where Billy Sims ran across 2 players' helmets. He jumped over the pile and stepped on 2 guys' heads to go into the end zone. It was one of the best runs of all time.
Yeah, but the 2 best running backs ever is Walter and Barry. There's
I
no
agree. 100%.
you can't touch it. I don't care. Emmitt Smith can S my D. He's trash. He had an offensive line. Can you imagine Barry Sanders
All right.
with the Cowboys? He would have had 50,000 yards.
No, hey Travis, it's after 8 o'clock. You can actually say those words.
No. I already said it twice, and I'm like, man, nobody else is swearing. I probably shouldn't be saying these words.
No, so it's actually said motherfucker earlier, and it was at 8:01.
Yeah, I checked in right at 8. I think I got in here right at 8, so I was okay.
I waited till 8 o'clock. Last night I hit it exactly on the dot. I hit it right on 8 o'clock.
Pretty bad when we got to go about Bob. It's like,
What's that?
DA after dark starts at 10.
Could you guys imagine what Barry would have done if he had really good teams, let alone really good teams?
So mad when he retired. You have no fucking clue how mad I was. And I've never been a Lions fan. I'm from Michigan, but Barry Sanders was by far, him and Jerry Rice were the 2 best players I ever saw live. Like growing up, I don't care. You got all these good football players now. I mean, there's some great players and everything like that. But those 2 for their positions, to me, nobody has come close to touching them.
Barry gets the #1 spot because he did it with a guy who had quarterback who couldn't throw a 10-yard pass without skipping the ball twice.
Eric Kramer was a stud.
Excuse me, Scott Mitchell.
Yeah,
Scott Mitchell threw for over
2,000 yards.
No, he had more than that. When he wasn't he one of those that had a big season in Miami and got a big contract?
Probably.
And
He
then never did
had
anything.
Herman Moore, Brett Perryman,
He was fun too.
Barry Sanders,
Johnny Morton,
and he had
and they had a couple of tight ends I can't think of right now, but I know
he had 3 or 4 really good wide receivers, the best running back in the National Football League by far.
in history.
Exactly.
No defense?
Huh?
Well, you have Chris Spielman.
Spielman and Porsche and
Spielman's the only name I remember. So I'd have to say the defense sucked ass. I don't know. How was the offensive line? Were they any good?
yeah,
No.
they had Lomas Brown and Eric Angelsack and
Barry probably made them look a lot better than they were.
But Scott Mitchell bounced a lot of 5-10-yard passes.
Yeah, it was Mitchell just couldn't. You've got one great year. Well, you're Miami natural turf, Detroit artificial turf.
And by the way, Mitchell got hurt that season in Miami. He didn't even play the full season. He hurt his shoulder that year and never came back from it.
And then went to Detroit.
And sucked ass the entire time. Of course, he threw for a lot of yards. He had the Barry Sanders and 4 great wide receivers, but you would have gave that to a above average quarterback, and then actually
Right.
you win a Super Bowl with that crap. What he
Yeah,
had on offense,
even
he
with
would
the
have won a
shit-
Super
yeah,
Bowl.
even with the shit defense, you would have.
You should, for the love of God, you should have won more than one playoff.
Well, what about the Bills? What about the Bills?
Wait a
You know,
minute.
Jim
4-time
Kelly.
Super
Mitchell
Bowl.
didn't win a playoff game, did he?
We can talk about shoulda and couldas all day long because the Bills 4 years in a row, and a phenomenal. The whole team was phenomenal. Shit, the receivers, Thurman, Jim Kelly, that whole team.
Absolutely, but they made it to the Super Bowl. We
Andre
couldn't make it
Reed.
through. We couldn't make it through the first round of the playoffs, but one
We
time.
beat Dallas one year.
I don't know. I almost feel better on not even making it there than losing 4 years in a fucking row. God, I watched every one of those too. That was when I first really got into. I mean, I was born in '81, so '90. I was 9, 10 years old, watching that shit. And at the time, I was a 49er fan because I just loved Jerry Rice. And but I cheered so hard for those fucking Bills, and every year let me down. Every goddamn year. And then finally in '97, since I was all Chicago fan as it was already, my buddy was a big Chicago fan, so I started watching Bears with him. And I actually was '98 Urlacher. The Bears defense, offense always sucked, but I was like, all right, we got a good defense. I can get behind that, and then whatever, I can be a Bears fan. But God, watching those Bills, so depressing for them.
And it was just about 1.5 foot, by a kicker, get 1.5 foot and get one.
Wide right or wide left, one of them.
Yeah,
At least
DB Lofton, fucking Andre Reed.
Andre Reed.
Yeah, but the Lions have the best running back in the National Football League and several great wide receivers or good wide receivers, and you can't make it into the playoffs and win a playoff game.
They won one, didn't they?
Okay, Dallas. That's what 1992 at the.
They won one playoff game since 1957. Let's just leave it at that.
And to me, you say they had these wide receivers. To me, like growing up, like the only one, and I remember all those Bills wide receivers. I only remember Herman Moore. You can name all the other ones, and to me, they weren't up there to me to remember them. Got Barry, you had Herman, and that was it. And like they got let down so much by that whole organization from the GM down. It's just continued.
Wait, Travis, I have to from the owner down. From the owner down. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's true.
Right.
It's true. The ownership's been crap for all those years.
Bears. It's the same as the Bears. You got the McCaskies and the fucking running it into the ground.
Yeah, but again, at least the Bears went to and won a Super Bowl.
That's 85.
Excuse me, they played in another Super Bowl too. They played against Peyton Manning in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and if Sexy Rexy wasn't in, if they would have had fucking Kyle Orton, who actually brought him there, they might have had a better chance.
Mm-hmm. Well, somebody would have.
I love the '85 Bears. That's one of my favorite teams of all time.
I was living in Chicago during that season.
No way.
Yeah,
I love Jim McMahon.
Oh, I bet you that was fun time living there in '85.
I don't know how that dude's alive. No, Jim McMahon. No, he's got some serious medical issues.
Oh yeah,
and he started in why he was in the NFL. He had to wear a visor because he was his eyes were so extremely sensitive to the sun.
To the light,
And after he got dropped on his head by a Philadelphia Eagle, he was never the same again. He's always in and out of the hospitals. He's always got severe migraines.
He just did a signing the other day.
I think I just had a 30, some kind of 30-30 or something.
Yeah, he's in bad shape. The fact that he's still kicking is pretty good.
The funky 2B.
I got an autograph on one of my footballs up here when they had the Super Bowl when it was Pittsburgh and Arizona, and I got his autograph because they were doing a flag football game thing up at the Silverdome at the time, and it was a Legends game. So I got him and Flutie, and a couple other guys. They all signed.
I love Doug Flutie.
That's cool.
That dude was awesome.
Real cool.
It's a blast from the past.
Yeah.
5'9", 5'10", out there playing quarterback in the National Football League.
Yep.
Oh shit! What's Kyler Murray now? What's Russell Wilson?
5'11",
Max,
6 foot.
Max on a good day. Guarantee Russell Wilson's really 5'10", and you got
On a
Kyler.
good day.
I was
Yeah,
going to
what's
say
Kyler
I'm
Murray?
5'10".
5'10"?
I'm 5'10".
I'm 5'10".
You've shrunk a lot.
It's just amazing how much the change in the game period is just insane as far as like small quarterbacks succeeding, small wide receivers, because now you can't hit them. You got all these guys that are shifty as all hell. They couldn't have done that 15, 20 years ago. They couldn't have done that.
That's exactly right. It's all about how they can't touch the quarterback anymore.
Yeah.
And you can't hit a wide receiver. You can't blindside him anymore. I mean, look at Antonio Brown, man. Vontez Burfict fucked his brain.
Killed him.
He leveled him.
Yeah, he killed him right there. He died on the field that day.
Imagine half of the wide receivers that are in the Hall of Fame right now. Imagine if those rules applied to when.
Oh God.
Oh,
Even Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice could have turned around and had another 100 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Oh, God, easy.
That dude's still in incredible shape.
Adam says his cousin was the O-lineman for 2 of the 4 Bills Super Bowls. So he says he understands the pain there.
Did you guys ever see Jerry Rice's training regimen?
Yeah,
his dad used to throw bricks at him or something.
Oh, all sorts of shit. But like what he did, like on his own, and just working out, running up these hills.
The hill, especially the hill. 60-degree incline. I'm sitting here going,
do that.
dude, that's
why.
And he did it all on his own. That was because
that was on his own, yeah.
That was all on his own.
Because he wanted to
do some masonry, and he turned around and he started with bricks and just had an excellent workout regimen from that point forward.
I just remember that his dad throwing bricks at him.
I watched that. Doc. I was like, damn,
a document.
Teach you how to catch with your hands.
Yeah,
right.
Oh yeah.
You don't want that in your chest.
No. It almost gave me an idea with Bryce, and I'm going, no, I can't do that now.
No, that's child abuse these days.
All right, quick question for all of you: who's the best wide receiver in the game right now?
DeAndre Hopkins
Adams.
There's 2 answers.
Or Tyreek Hill.
Mine for
Kenny
me, it's
Galladay.
Best overall.
Yes, for me it's Hopkins.
DK.
You'd still have to go with Hopkins.
To me, it's Hopkins.
I think DK's up there.
DK's starting to get a little bit there, but
He's
now
not there.
overall. It's going to be D-Hop right now still.
It's been Hopkins for years, and he never gets the respect.
Okay, so if I
It's
want to go,
definitely Megatron.
I tell you right now, if I threw a 10-yard pass and I had one running back or one wide receiver to throw that 10-yard pass to, it'd have to be Hill.
Tyreek Hill, sure.
I agree.
There's a really good chance out of all those guys we just answered who would take that shit to the house.
No, but you're talking about a slot pass.
Right, and this dude takes off and you can't touch him for 90.
But he has one route.
He goes deep too.
Oh yeah, he does.
He's fast as hell.
There's going to be movement in that straightness. It's not going to be straight. It's going to be a post. It's never just straight.
No, you're right. But if I was throwing one pass, I had one chance, and it could be a 10-yard pass.
That wasn't a question.
I'm taking Hill.
Too small. You throw that up, Hopkins is coming down with it. He proved it that year against this year.
But then he's getting tackled. He's going to go up and grab that pass. Yeah, but chances are he's going to get tackled.
Well, we're not talking about yards. We're not talking about yards after.
No, we're just talking about. I'm just saying who's you said the greatest right now or the best wide receiver.
Catch, I'll take Tyreek Hill. Yards after catch. Receiver as far as running routes and going and getting that ball, I'm taking Hopkins.
I'll take Hopkins on that one too. But
they're essentially two different style of wide receivers. Is
absolutely
what it comes down to.
Well, I'm just saying, there's yards after catch, which is great and phenomenal, but you have to have a precise quarterback for Hill. He's not going to go up and get it because he's too small.
No, you're right.
You
But
got
it-
Hopkins. You can have fucking a piece of shit out there throwing and just throwing it up just to throw it up, and he's going to go get
Yeah,
it.
if I'm throwing the ball into the end zone, I want Hopkins.
Right.
If I'm
Are
throwing,
you saying Kyler Murray is a piece of shit?
if I'm throwing it from
Oh,
if
yeah.
I'm throwing it from my 5-yard line,
I
I
do
want
value
to-
Hopkins because of Murray.
Murray's so overrated.
he's going to get
Can't
himself
disagree.
killed.
Can't disagree with him.
Murray
He's-
tries to be Russell Wilson, but he's not. He's a poor man's Russell Wilson. He tries to be him so much, tries to emulate him, and he's just never going to get there.
He's 1 inch shorter, so in his defense.
It's just never. He's good. Okay, I'm going to say he's top 15 quarterback, sure, but as far as being an upper echelon quarterback, no. You give me him or Ryan Fitzpatrick. It's a toss up. Yeah, for accuracy, you got Kyler Murray can run around in fucking circles and throw up prayers, great. But he tries to emulate Russell Wilson, and he's just not that caliber. He's good. He is good. I'm not saying he's complete ass. He's good, but he's not, to me, he's not.
Where's
I think he
Stafford?
throws the ball
Where's
a lot
Stafford
like
on your list?
Where's what?
Stafford on your list.
Stafford? I put him at around number 7 or 8.
but
I would
not top
definitely-
5.
I would definitely take Murray over Fitzpatrick any day.
What about Stafford?
I'd still take Murray.
You say you take Murray, but what offense? Right? I mean, it's all going to come down to that. If you have a coach that's going to cater to that bullshit,
Which
So,
Kingsbury does.
yeah, the run around bullshit, or you have a coach like Belichick.
Well, it's not necessarily run around bullshit. It's run pass option type of offense. So
Yeah, he ad-libs way too much. He tries to, like I said, he tries to be Russell Wilson, and he's just not Russell Wilson.
I think he's a poor man Jackson. Poor
Yeah.
man's Jackson. Because he's about as accurate as Jackson is. Lamar is not an accurate passer.
I'll take Kyler for accuracy way over Lamar. Lamar's a fucking running back through and through.
Yeah, 100%.
yeah, he's
There's
proved
no,
that in the playoffs.
there's no argument there. None at all.
Murray's faster Flutie.
I love Doug Flutie. That guy's awesome. If I was going to have an autograph, I'd want his. Flutie flakes all the way.
Flutie.
Flutie Flakes.
It'd be cool to have a Flutie autograph Flutie Flakes box.
What's that?
It'd be cool to have a Flutie Flakes box autograph.
Absolutely.
You could probably find one online somewhere.
My friend Carrie has.
I was gonna say George probably find one for you.
I can literally just ask and I'd get
I'd want a jersey. I would want a jersey.
Hey,
I'd end
got a
up
box
eating
of
the cereal and somebody throw the box away.
I got a box of the Justin Verlander fastball flakes downstairs.
I got my Brady
got-
autograph. That's all I need.
I got I hate Brady. Oh, sorry.
He's the goal.
We'll get to that top 10 hated NFL. Don't worry, we're getting there. Anyone see Lamar in the skills challenge for the Pro Bowl? Yikes!
Are they done doing skills?
Last year it was bad. It was.
I thought they weren't doing anything.
No, that was
No,
last
it
year.
was
when he
last
did.
year.
Oh.
It was last year.
Are you talking about, what did you say about the skills challenge?
Yeah.
Well,
The
with
Pro
no
Bowl.
defenders?
You know how they had it for the Pro Bowl last
Yeah,
year?
with no defenders, right?
Yeah, he was awful.
Cool. Congratulations. I can go there and be a Pro Bowl quarterback.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't a pro. He was bad though. He wasn't any good.
It was horrible. He was horrible. He missed so many targets. It wasn't even funny.
I think because they were like his team came in 3rd or 4th in his challenge, with his
And
wide
his
receiver
matchup-
tight end thing.
Oh, so he lost it pretty easy, yeah.
And his matchup who he had to be matched up against was Russell Wilson. Which it's funny that
That's not fair.
It's like, oops. Yeah, it was
Least
pretty-
accurate versus most accurate.
yeah. Absolutely.
Notice
All right.
Matt Stafford doesn't play in those things. He doesn't. Has he
All
ever
right,
done the
he's gotta
skill
get
challenge?
voted there first.
Exactly.
Gotta get voted there first. I didn't know that was-
Thanks for making my point for me, George. I appreciate it.
Hey, Sud, since Stafford's actually going to a really good team now,
I'm taking him in the 4th round.
he's potentially a Hall of Famer now.
I'm gonna take him in the 4th round.
Wait a minute, you're taking Stafford in the 4th round? You
Yep.
know he's not gonna be there, right? You know Durkin's probably gonna take him 1st round overall. His first overall pick in the draft will be Stafford. Why?
That's because your quarterbacks get 1,000 points.
That's right.
You guys talking
That's
about
not the point. That's not the point. That's not the point.
Yeah.
He's got to try to do. He's got to save face.
I got a league I run every year now for 7 years. It's 125 buy-in.
Mine I'm on, this will be year 28.
Nice.
And,
29.
28, 29. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, we're 28, 21. That's 29.
So only $20.
And it's
40 now.
we bumped it to 40.
Ooh, big money.
We bumped it
Right?
to, yeah, well, it was actually 20 flat out forever.
Forever.
We have different
Inflation.
no, we also have a nice big,
Mine started at 50, went up to 100. Now it's at 125.
yeah, we got a nice big championship belt and everything, which Mr. Zolt currently is in possession.
Oh, we got the Lombardi trophy.
You guys have been doing this for how many years?
Me?
This will be 29 for me.
29.
God damn, you guys are old.
I did it back before there was a computer. I used the newspaper.
I did too.
I was too young.
I ran my league.
I was
We
too
had a
young to
keeper
join that
league.
league. Thanks.
We had a keeper league. It was pretty cool.
Was that Stratomatic days?
Just after that.
We were using that Chinese little thing, and you move the pebbles across.
Abacus.
Right.
Abacus.
Abacus?
I think that's Greek.
what
I don't think that's Chinese.
I think it's Chinese actually.
Egyptian.
Oh Lord.
Egyptian or Arabic?
This is where we've gone. Really?
We've gone from talking about the Lions to Abacus.
Abacus. Jesus Christ.
Great show tonight, George.
Yeah.
Son of a
Never
bitch,
know what
he
you're
was
gonna get.
right.
Never know what you're gonna get.
You can't even
Why
say
did you
anything.
mute me?
just
I
told
wasn't even saying anything.
him- Suds, you were right.
Knee jerk reaction.
I know.
Don't tell Suds that.
I know. I hate telling him that.
His head can barely fit in the screen as it is.
Hey, he doesn't have a point.
I'm
Dude,
surprised he
you should have saw when I was like skinny. I looked like a giant sucker. This head hasn't like grown that much since high school, you know. So it's like always, dude. I was only like 170 pounds. It looked like I was a sucker, like walking around. I had like a giant bobble fucking head.
Did you have hair back in the day?
Yes, I did. It's true.
So the top 10, your top 10 personal hated NFL current players.
I didn't know about this.
Yeah, I didn't either.
It was in the chat box, Doug. Yesterday.
I have an
Yeah.
excuse.
Yeah, I know.
I look at it.
That's
like
okay, I already
maybe
know who my
once or
number one
twice
is
a
then.
day.
I look like a.
It looked like a what? Suds?
I look.
What's that? I didn't say anything.
And these are players.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
current players.
I think I only have one that I really, really can't stand.
Yep, mine's 1 through 10, the same guy.
I agree. Me too.
Who is it?
Brady.
Brady?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Roger.
He went to Michigan. It all started from there, and then I just don't like him. I respect the hell out of his game. I just don't like him. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else.
Roger.
Roger?
I don't mind Rodgers.
Are we starting at what number are we starting at? Are we gonna go with 10 or are we just
One.
going straight to number 1?
Rodgers #1 for me because him and Brady basically changed the rules on what you can do to a quarterback, and that's taken a lot of the competitiveness out of the game. You hit a quarterback, you're going to make him think twice about doing what he was doing. Now you can't do that.
And the tuck rule was total bullshit anyway.
Oh yeah,
100%.
I hate him just because of that, because it happened against the Raiders.
Is that Rodgers or Favre?
It wasn't a tuck rule.
I thought that was Favre, not Rodgers.
No, it has to be current players.
No,
Yeah,
but I
that was
thought the
Brady.
tuck rule was because of
Brady.
Favre. Not...
No, tuck
Oh.
rule.
Tuck rule was Brady.
Oh, yeah.
It's the Raiders.
Against the Raiders in New England during the snow.
Yep, I remember that.
And then an envelope got passed in the booth. I swear an envelope got passed.
Mm-hmm.
As that review was happening, I think Mr. Kraft came in and went, hey, here's a little something for you.
Lions had a couple envelopes passed for them over the years.
What, to like give up the game? Not
The
play the
process, the
Yeah.
overturning of the
Completing the process of a
PI.
catch. What's the catch?
yeah.
Hey,
wow.
I'm sorry. If you've got a body part inbounds and you catch it and you have a pinky toe in and you're in, it's a God blessed catch. It should count.
Yep.
It's the
what
dumbest
about
damn thing. Oh, you need to
what
have
about
2 feet in. Really?
Packers Cowboys when Des Bryant caught that pass and they called it non-catch.
Yep. Same
That's a
thing.
catch. That's a catch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and here's the weird thing. Oh, I'm sorry. You have to have the 2 feet inbounds in the end zone, but yet all you have to have is the ball cross the plane. You can be out of
Exactly.
bounds and reach it around, and there's no feet or body part in the end zone except just the ball. Wait a minute. You can't have it.
Just the tip of the ball.
Yeah,
Just the tip. Just the tip.
That's what she said.
So
Really
yeah,
sucks.
it's like, come on, really? You're gonna, you're
In
gonna.
the end zone, 1 foot, 2 foot, inbounds, caught, done.
Oh, but all the tip of the ball has to do is cross the plane. That's
Yeah.
all you need. You don't even
Touch
need
the
the
line.
inbounds.
Top 10 hated players. Another one in my top 10 is Tariq Hill. Not for what he does on the field, for what he did off the field.
Fair enough.
You want to beat on your fucking kid under 5 years old?
Yeah, Adrian Peterson's got to be on that list then too.
There you go.
Yep. Hitting him with a switch.
There you go. Well,
I know he made suds as all criminals.
Ray Rice.
I think Tariq Hill broke his fucking kid's arm.
Oh,
So
you said. Oh, wait a minute. You said current players.
Yep, current players. Zipper, who do you got? Who do you? Anybody you despising?
Baker Mayfield.
Jalen Ramsey.
Baker Mayfield.
Why?
Because he's a better actor than quarterback and he's a Browns player.
Yeah, I almost have to root for the Browns just because they always suck so bad. So
Yeah, almost though. The word's almost.
almost.
Yeah,
My turn?
I was gonna say I'm waiting for Adam to comment and go, Chipper. Just almost wait.
George, pick a player, George.
Mine current. I have to agree with Scott. It's Brady. It just annoys the hell out of me. He gets this way. He gets this way. He's like Michael. He's almost like Michael Crybaby Jordan. It's Tom Brady whines and cries, and he gets his little way too, because he's got to be a little punk and whine in the corner.
Who cried more though? Come on, LeBron or Jordan?
Jordan.
You're a fucking
Jordan
basketball.
Jordan totally did.
LeBron every single play cries.
Just so did Michael.
So
I lived in Detroit during the Bad Boys era. I saw a lot of crying out of Jordan.
I lived
but
in Chicago during the Jordan era. I saw it more than you.
Yeah, but again,
I
we're
saw
throwing-
more than you too, George. But Michael had a reason to cry because he was getting
Yeah,
crushed
exactly.
every time he went into the lane. He's another one that got rules after because of him.
Mhm.
The Jordan rules.
What
I
that
mean,
still
I
goes back to
respect Michael Jordan. I think he's probably the best of all time. I still couldn't stand him though.
that
but
still
that's
goes
also
back.
'cause I'm
That
a-
still goes back to the fact that we're talking about different eras again. I mean,
Exactly.
could LeBron play in the era that
Yes.
Jordan did because
Yes.
he's afraid he'll get fouled and get hit? He gets
No,
blown
because-
on and he
No, I
cries that he
think
was
no.
fouled.
Exactly.
Yeah, but he's huge. I think he
No.
would been real good in that era.
He
too,
Dude,
though.
wouldn't
he
be
went out of
as
the game
successful.
For cramps. For cramps, he got carried off the court. Fuck out of here. No way he could play in that era. You can't fucking touch him without him fucking saying, "Oh my God, my leg is broken. I need to fucking play off."
I like when
So,
the
as
house
soon as he
wife-
as soon as he starts whining, Kareem's gonna come over, smack him in the jaw, and says, "Now you can cry."
No, that would be Lambeer.
Yeah. Well, look at the other
But-
night. The Atlanta
But
Housewives
Jordan,
are on
Jordan would have more points than Kareem right now if he played in this era.
Oh, yeah.
But look
What were
at
you
the other
saying,
night-
George?
The other night when the Atlanta housewife, we're saying the Atlanta housewife because she may get put on the show. When she's sitting there jaw jacking with LeBron James, and LeBron turned around and had security escort her and kick her out of the arena.
I still
I
need
mean,
to see
really?
that video.
I don't like
LeBron's whining to the point about fans heckling. It's like, dude,
Yeah. I don't like her.
that's
Remove her.
part of the game.
Exactly.
If you can't
Yeah,
take the
but then if you do
heat,
shit like that, then the stuff at the palace at the malice at the palace happens.
Well,
when
that's
things get-
that's on a whole different level.
Yeah,
well,
but
that's
you
not-
don't.
to be fair, somebody did throw an object
There was
onto a
there
player.
was there were objects thrown. That was more.
Yeah,
than,
but if you
I'm
don't
gonna
nip
find
that
out
in the
if
bud, that's
someone's
gonna
fuck
start
somebody
happening again.
yeah, well, heckling.
And why were
happens
there fans in
anywhere.
Atlanta anyway?
It's a female talking shit. You really want to let that get to you? Like you haven't heard that your whole life?
It was a player's wife too.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was one of the players' wives. And of course, because LeBron was talking smack to him, she turned around and she started getting on LeBron, and they kicked her out
Who was it?
because
you know?
LeBron whined about it.
That was a player's wife? I never heard that.
Yeah. It was a player's.
I haven't heard that either.
Who?
Yeah.
Which
Who's
player
the
do you
player?
know?
Hang on, I knew you.
Who
Were.
just the one just the other night?
I thought we were banned
Yeah.
from talking basketball. Doesn't that like take down our ratings?
Yeah, you're right.
Don't worry, I'm here, so I'll keep the ratings up.
All right, thank you.
And stripper.
While George is looking up that, I'll do mine. Antonio Brown.
He's actually on my list. I just wrote him down.
But when?
Huh?
Pre,
In the past,
Bronco perfect hit or after?
after the perfect hit.
Well, there you go. His brain's fucking fried. You can't blame him.
Oh,
Des
well,
Bryant.
when he was out there berating his ex-girlfriend in front of his kids, calling her all kinds of nasty names, being disrespectful to the police officers who were just there because he was the one who called them.
CTE is real.
Right?
And then he throws the gummy dicks at her. And then he assaults a worker. He assaults a woman, then disrespects her on Twitter. He's ripped off, what was it? Did we end up with 3 teams he ripped off before he ends up in Tampa Bay?
Did he get that money from those teams?
He got some money. He did. He won some money from New England, and he got paid some money from the Raiders
So he got partial payments. Okay.
for
Yeah, he
doing
went to the
absolutely nothing. He
Raiders.
never played a game. Oh, I'm
I was
sorry.
gonna
He
say,
played
I
a
don't-
game
Did he? Are
Before-
you sure?
for New England. He played a game.
No, for LA. For the
He
Raiders.
never
I
played
mean.
a game, but he
Yeah, I
got
didn't
some of
think
the.
so.
I thought he
He
played
played
for
for the
Raiders.
Raiders.
He was on the
I don't
roster,
think
but he
he-
never played.
He
Yeah, I
did.
didn't
Huh?
think he ever played a game. Yeah.
And then he forced his way out of Pittsburgh, whining his way out, and refused to play in the last playoff game.
I remember that.
Oh yeah, yep.
Well, Big Ben had a lot to do with that.
Why? Because he said because he hurt his feelings.
Yeah, because he called him out.
Because Big Ben thinks he's bigger than the entire team, and that's what it was. You got to have mutual respect, and Big Ben didn't have that respect for anybody because what he said goes, and that was the bottom line.
What was wrong with calling AB out?
And it was the same thing why Le'Veon wanted out of there. It's the same shit. it all goes back to that. It's just like, you know what? You got to have mutual respect. And yeah, Le'Veon's a prima donna. So is Antonio Brown. Well, what the fuck does that make Roethlisberger then? Rapey Roethlisberger. What the fuck?
Yeah,
does
I
that
don't like
mean?
him either. He can be on my list.
Yeah, he can be on.
Yeah.
I was called him Rapelessberger.
Yep.
Hey, he never had charges brought up against him.
Yeah, just like Kobe, right? Fuck him too.
Very true.
Well,
Too soon. Too soon. on
Actually,
Kobe.
Kobe Bryant did have charges brought against him.
Yeah, then he just paid him off. Good for him. It's the same with all these athletes that get paid millions of dollars. Of course, you're not going to get. It goes down to football, basketball, government. Anybody with lots of money and deep pockets, you're never going to really get the full brunt of what you should have gotten.
Yep. Just look at Trump. Oh, sorry. I'm not bringing up that. Sorry.
Yeah.
My bad.
This
My
is a
bad.
Politics show.
I'm a rookie. My bad.
Hey, I want to throw Gronk on there.
Wrong.
Oh, no, you didn't. All right.
Yeah.
I'll listen. I'll listen before
Only
I
because he retired retired for the year and came back because Tom Brady wanted to play with him, so he came back. So that's why I hate Gronk.
That didn't sound right.
It came across wrong.
Well,
He wanted to play.
We get what
He
you
wanted
said.
to play. Have his little play buddy with him.
Yeah, he wanted to play with Tom Brady again, so he came back.
That's Tom actually made the phone call.
Never should have left.
Well, Vontez Perfect is on my list.
Not active, or is he still active?
Yeah, he's still active.
He is, and he's
Oh,
on my
wow.
list too.
I didn't know he was.
He's a cheap shot artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's caused a
He's
lot of
retired
damage.
for real.
He's caused a lot of damage over the years
Big
to
time.
people just to be a jerk.
You know, I see what he does to people, and then I always think about Junior Seau. That's what always comes back to me. You're giving people fucking CTE.
And you're doing it on purpose, by the way. He's doing it on purpose.
100%. Not, it was an accident. Oh, it was, no. It's malicious. It's intentional. It's, I'm trying to fucking end your career or kill you, one of the two.
How is he
But
still in the
either way,
league?
you're going to have brain damage the rest of your life.
Didn't they kick him out and threaten not to let him back in, then let him back in anyways?
Yeah,
Several times.
at least 3 times that I know of.
Yeah.
Is he still in Cincinnati?
Yeah,
Oh shit.
I don't think is he with Cincinnati?
I could swear he
I
was.
thought he went
I wanna-
somewhere else right afterwards.
I
I
want to
still
say they
don't.
finally got rid of him.
I want to know how he's still in the league.
Maybe this year he's not. Maybe this is the first year he's not. Because
Yeah,
you know,
he's
if he was playing, you know, he would have did it again, and we would have heard about it.
Yeah, I'm on it right now. Hang on.
Yeah, he's just a downright dirty player.
Like, how many times can you get away with it? Like, you know, the first time, even if it was intentional, don't you think you'd say, I can't do that again? Nope, I'm going to double down.
I mean, I don't even think his style of play would make it in the back in the day because he was always a headhunter.
Throw him in the 80s. Ronnie Lott.
70s and 80s, yeah.
Bill Romanowski.
Yep, another one.
Jack Del Rio.
Jack Lambert.
Okay, according to this, what I just looked
Lyle
up,
Alzale.
He's actually
Yeah.
not.
he's
He
not in
actually-
it now.
Last game, yeah. Last year on 2019 was his last.
And he
actual-
played for the Raiders.
Raiders.
Yep. So this
Sorry,
is the first
sorry,
year.
Travis. You can't use him on your list.
Yeah, I forgot about the Raiders.
He
can
gets
be
to be
an
he gets an honorable mention.
mention. Yeah, I was gonna say we'll let it slide for an honorable mention now, because
I can-
it's
I
close
can-
enough.
I can deal with that.
Yeah, because I thought he was still with the Raiders too.
Hey, Akers, everybody hates TB12, so just don't call me out for being a Steelers fan.
My hope, you know what? Until the Super Bowl versus the Falcons, I was the biggest Brady hater. So much, hate him so fucking much, and that comeback, I still hate him, but I respect the shit out of him.
I mean,
Yeah, but was that him or was that just bad defense?
I don't care. 28-3. I don't care.
I mean, there is a distinct difference between respecting somebody and hating somebody for that. But there's also hating somebody, and Brady is a hate respect thing.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Agreed.
Same thing with Jordan. I know we're not talking basketball, but that's the same thing.
There
with
go the
me and
ratings
Jordan.
again.
Active
Yep.
body. Active players.
Hate to play against him, but if he's on your team, you love him.
You know, Dak Prescott's kind of a piece of shit too.
Really?
I don't care for his attitude.
Well, then you have to go with then the other guy who stands behind him would also be on that list, Mr. Elliott.
Zeke?
Oh,
Yeah.
I fucking hate Zeke. He's definitely in my top 10. That dude is a fucking, I hate Ohio State players is the way it is, but he just made it even 10 times worse.
That's why I hate Brady, because he's a Michigan player.
The fact
He wasn't even
fact
good
that
at
he
Michigan.
forced the fact is he had 2 years left on his contract, forced Dallas to overpay him.
Yep.
Then he's the man and does absolutely nothing. How many touchdowns did he get this year? 2?
Shit, did he even play this
Yeah.
year?
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Oh, he
hold
played.
on. Hold on. Did you have Zeke?
No.
Oh, okay.
Good
No, I
question. Good
That
catch.
sounded sounded like it was coming from fantasy hate again.
No
Sorry.
fantasy hate there.
I lost my championship by 1 point
Ooh.
because Derrick Henry.
Oh.
Derrick Henry has killed me 2 years in a row.
I was down
Not
by
this year, but the year
17,
before.
down by 17 going into the final week. You know, it's 2 weeks for us, and I'm down by 17. I think I'm donezo, and my players have games. Montgomery, shit, who that? Oh, and plus my quarterback, Mahomes, didn't play. Tyreek Hill didn't play, but yet all my players showed out, and I'm like, holy shit, I'm gonna win. I'm up by 30 something. Derrick fucking Henry.
Says, hold my beer. Watch this.
1 point. 1 point. So I took second. I took, what was it, $400. First took 700.
This is why we don't play week 17 anymore.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
is
you
the
know,
big reason.
I've never
debated
played.
I've
We
debated
had-
it for years.
I think we are about our 11th or 12th year of not playing week 17.
Yeah.
When
I'm
I
not
ran
sure about
leagues,
that
we
story.
never played week 17.
We stopped it.
Yeah, we changed our rules too when they started benching good players in week 17. So that's when we decided to.
I think it
They're
was,
not benching
Colt?
them. They're load managing.
yeah,
Correct.
I believe it was
LeBron.
the year they benched Peyton Manning, and they said they were going to rest him for the playoffs, so they were resting him. For
But
week
you can't.
17.
I mean, you can't blame the teams for doing that.
You
I
can't
mean,
hate them for it,
we've
but I'll tell
already.
you what, they're making enough money that they should be out there. The fans.
I'm
the
gonna
fans-
Yeah,
give
but then
I'm gonna give them
then
a
you-
1 game bye. If you're talking just the last game, you've already clinched everything. That's one
That's
thing.
what I was just
That's
gonna
a
say.
different scenario than what the NBA does, where you
Oh,
played
then that's
that's a whole other show. So.
that irritates me when they sit.
we're not talking basketball. Remember, Sud?
That's true. Fair enough.
Clint,
Yeah,
That
says,
irritates me.
Clint says Sue is on his list.
I guess
I
he
can see
is.
that.
That is a
I
good
can see
person
that,
to have
yeah.
on the list.
Yeah, but he's not current. Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is.
He is.
He's about to play in the Super Bowl.
About to play in the Super Bowl.
I was
He's
the
about to get
biggest
a
Sue
Super
fan.
Bowl ring.
He's
I
fallen
was
out
the
so much
biggest Sue
that I don't
fan
even
until he
think of him.
fucked me over. And then
How
the
do you-
Lions fucked me over by not taking Aaron Donald when they knew Sue was leaving. Sorry.
That was the biggest.
That's when we got the tight end, one of the Pettigrew or I don't know who.
When they drafted 3 tight ends in the same draft.
How about that piece of shit cornerback down in New Orleans? Was it Gardner Minshew?
He's a quarterback.
He's a
For
quarterback,
Jacksonville.
and
Or
it's
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
No, not that. There's a cornerback for the Saints that
Not
runs.
Lattimore. Are you talking about Lattimore?
Nope, not Lattimore. This guy has 2 last names, and my Bears swung at him twice this year.
Oh,
Oh.
hang on.
God.
And every team
as
like
I say,
pre-games
I
for this
know.
guy because of the shit he talks. And I can't remember his name, but
Chauncey Gardner.
yep, he's notorious for it. I knew I had one of the names right, Gardner. But he's another one. It's like all these players that just run their fucking dick suckers. That's what drives me nuts. Just play the game. They've already made it easy enough for you that you can't hit people. You can't. All these rules that took away, well, they took away injuries, which I guess is a good thing, prolongs careers. But at the same time, it's taken away half of the game. And these shit talkers just get away with it. They can say whatever they want. And nothing happens. But if you retaliate, there's a flag. I hate that.
Absolutely annoying.
You can put about any one of these players. Put that away, please.
Yeah, what you doing? What you doing with the blade there?
It's my fidget. It's my fidget spinner.
He's getting nervous.
I would like to put just about any one of those quarterbacks and whoever who sit there and wind their way off a team. I don't want to play for somebody that they hurt my feelings.
Oh, how about the ones that get drafted and want to get off the team before they ever?
I was just thinking, I'm like, I hate Eli Manning.
For that, yeah.
I know.
Not current, but yeah.
Yep. Although I do like Elway, even though he did the same thing.
I fucking hate
that. Was
Elway
a long time ago.
No, but like I said, we gotta be current because yes, Horseface was making my list if it wasn't. But yeah,
Elway was one of my favorite players.
Running back you hate the most, everybody.
running back you hate the most?
Yeah, give me a running back you hate.
Refrigerator Perry.
Current
Oh,
or all
current.
time?
I was gonna say right now,
Of all time?
Alfred Morris has pissed me off to no end.
I don't even know who that is.
Well,
Oh, Washington.
he was a
Washington.
running back with Washington.
The
then
football
went to
team?
Dallas, then went to Dallas.
Yeah.
It just crapped out. And the guy was supposed to be magnificent in terms
Right.
of
See, that's my point right there. I asked you guys to name a running back that you hate. It's pretty tough, right?
Oh.
No, I have Murray. I was just waiting for people to be quiet.
Who?
Murray. He played for the Dallas Cowboys before Elliott came.
DeMarco Murray.
Yeah, he wanted all this money and all this kind of stuff and how great he was. Then, so they let him go and he signs with Philadelphia and he doesn't run for 500 yards for a season. And basically he's still playing, but he's pathetic. And he demanded all this money because he was so great. It was never him. It was all about the Dallas Cowboys line.
Just like Zeke. That's why he's successful.
And Zeke is on the top of my list too.
And
Yeah.
Bell too. Bell's the same way.
But
Yeah,
it's hard.
I was literally just gonna say, even though I'm a Buckeyes fan, Zeke is at the top of my list right now because
Mine too. But it's hard to name a
I
running
think
back.
he's at the top of my list because there's not really anybody else that I don't
Annoys
think I
the
can
shit out
think
of you?
that- Yeah, I just don't think.
Outside
Exactly.
of Le'Veon Bell, Bell's in there too.
He's just.
I would never hate Le'Veon Bell. He went to state.
Nah, I do. You can't act like a
No.
turd like that.
Sure, you can. As long as I like you, you can act however you want.
How about a wide receiver? Name a wide receiver you hate.
Plaxico Burress.
No, current.
Current.
Oh,
Current.
Current.
I was gonna say this is
Just because he shot himself doesn't make him a bad person. It makes him a
No, it makes him a
dumbass.
moron.
It makes him a dumbass, but it doesn't make
Yeah,
him
he
a
shot
bad
himself,
person.
nobody else.
I was just gonna say Antonio Brown's first and foremost.
yes, Antonio Brown, number 1 with a bullet,
Give me Juju.
or a gummy bear.
I could go
Or Gummy.
Juju too.
I hate
don't
Juju.
think-
I hate these TikTok fucking social media players.
Well, where do you think he learned it from? From Brown,
You know-
Antonio Brown. One of the reasons he got the Steelers is because while the dude is giving a speech to the team to get himself ready for the New England Patriots, he's doing this with his phone and streaming it live.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Akers says Michael Thomas.
Why?
Why do people hate Michael Thomas? I've seen his name on a couple lists.
Really? I like Michael Thomas.
What did he do? Like, why do people?
Akers, explain yourself, damn it.
What? Oh God.
Juju's on a different level as far as social media goes than Antonio Brown, though. I mean,
Exactly.
Juju's about TikTok and dancing in the end zone and dancing on the symbol in the midfield before game.
Wissing says Chase Claypool too.
Yep, he does the same thing.
Yeah,
Antonio Brown was on. He was releasing videos of how he was dunking the basketball and how he was being disrespectful to the police, calling after he was the one who called the police in the first place, really insulting his girlfriend and his children in the middle of a road, right out front of his house. Video
brain damage.
What's that?
Brain damage.
CTE.
Thank you.
You might be right, but you don't know what. Everybody has an excuse.
No, but he didn't do any of that crazy shit until after. None of it. None of that
But
shit.
he didn't really do any of that crazy shit until after the real crazy stuff until after he left Pittsburgh. And that was a couple years after the perfect hit.
Well, yeah, CTE progresses. It gets worse and worse.
Everybody
But I hated him before it. He was an ass before it.
He was Tyreek Hill before Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
You couldn't guard him. He's going to run those slots. He's going to catch anything thrown his fucking way. You know, and that's before he got hit by Perfect, I loved watching him play because his route running and his jerkiness was just unmatched. Nobody could touch him. And
another
then
product of Michigan, a Michigan school.
he gets his brain damage. Oh, is he Central, right?
Yeah, I think so. Or maybe Eastern. No, I can't remember.
I thought it was Central Michigan, but I might
It
be
might
wrong.
have been. It might have been Central.
And he had to go there because he'd been acting out. He had issues.
Chipper, they are just ripping on the
It's only Bravander. I consider it a source.
Well, Wissinger's jumping on it too. I see he just threw Big Ben on the list.
Yep.
Like, yep, I think we almost got the trifecta. We got the
And he went to Central. Central.
at the quarterback. So
Who's getting the hate? I missed it.
all Pittsburgh people.
Oh, what about Dave? Doesn't Dave come? Isn't he gonna defend his team?
Well, Chipper's here.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm doing my
I didn't know
best.
you were a Steelers fan.
I'm doing my best. I can only
Are
defend
you just
Juju
considering
for
the
so long.
source and ignoring it?
I can only defend Juju for so long, especially when it comes to the stupid media, social media
Right,
crap, and then
right.
Chase Claypool, his stupid ass can't just keep his mouth shut.
What is
I'm
everybody's
fine.
Super Bowl picks?
KC.
KC.
Tampa damn day.
I'll take Kansas City, but give me the under.
I got
Well, I
Tampa.
got 56.5. 56.5.
Tampa's defense is really good.
Put me
I
at the
got
over.
I'll take the over. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
I was
over.
thinking
Big
over
time.
too.
Give me Tampa and the over.
Plus, Kansas City's missing both their starting tackles.
Really?
Yep.
For what?
The one tore his Achilles tendon, and with Mitchell Schwartz still isn't coming back.
I did not see anything as far as
Eric Fisher. Yep, he tore his Achilles tendon.
I heard
I
that.
know that one, but I don't
Fisher's
know.
He's
anything.
another Michigan product.
Yeah, Fisher's
Michigan
big.
school product. He was a #1 overall pick, wasn't he?
I don't remember. I know he's a first round pick. I don't know about #1 overall.
Sure, he was #1 overall.
I know for a fact that Fisher tore his Achilles tendon, and Mitchell Schwartz, who's been out for the last 4 games or something like that.
Who you got in the Super Bowl?
I'm still undecided actually.
He's
As
got to
much
go
as
Gronk because
I
they're
really
friends.
I really like Kansas City to pull off the back-to-back, but I mean, Brady, I think needs this
For
to
what?
he
To
needs
say it had nothing to do with Belichick.
exactly.
He already proved that. Where is
No,
New England and where is he?
No, until he gets the ring, nothing's been proven, and I think that's exactly.
This is why I say, this is why I say Tampa wins, is because every single fucking player on that team, from defense to offense to the fucking punter, knows if you fuck up, Brady's gonna be in your ear.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Fucking.
He's gonna chew your ass, and he's the GOAT. He's won 6 Super Bowls. He's been to the fucking playoffs how many years? And you got Patrick Mahomes. He's baby GOAT. He is, as long as he stays healthy, but he doesn't command the respect of Brady. And Tampa's defense is way fucking better than KC's.
Yeah,
That's why I picked Tampa.
I agree with that, but it's like KC's got the big offense though, and
Oh, they do.
Tampa's kinda,
But you got Devin White across the middle.
I was just gonna say Devin White is a beast.
You got him across the middle. So let Tyreek Hill run across once and take that 15-yard penalty. Lay him the fuck out. Make him think about running that cross route again.
I mean, you can't compare the Green Bay's offense to Kansas City's, but look at what Tabitha Bates' defense did to Green Bay, to Aaron Rodgers.
3 picks in a row and 0 points, or what? 3 points, whatever the fuck it was.
And then what they also did against New Orleans.
That Devin White is something special, man. He is a fucking hybrid linebacker. He can move.
That's another one I wanted the Lions to take, but no.
I think when it comes down, when we're talking about Tom Brady, my problem with Tom Brady and saying not Belichick's, it has nothing to do with Belichick. Are you telling me that at what point in time did the New England Patriots with Tom Brady as quarterback have anywhere near the firepower offensively as Tampa Bay and defensively as Tampa Bay has at this point? He got put on a stacked team, and they continue to improve it.
New England had some nice teams. And a lot of the players that you say are stacked on Tampa, you got Gronk, who's fucking 80 years old. You got AB, who's 80 years old. You have Mike Evans, who is younger and fresh. You have fucking Godwin, who drops every other fucking pass. So really, where's the stack? Where's the stack? Fournette's a fucking bum, man. He's up the gut fucking 3 yards. He's nothing. What do you got on defense? You got Devin White. Can you name another player besides fucking Dominican Sue on fucking whatever the fuck his name is on the fucking
Antoine
other guy
Jr.
Who's the other nose tackle? He was drafted right after
Pierre-Paul. JPP.
No, he's an end.
But he's on there.
Oh my God!
The thing is this game already got played earlier this year. They already played each other.
Okay.
The Chiefs dominated in the first 3 quarters and then kind of sat back because they were up 27-10.
Gerald McCoy.
Before Arians let Brady run his offense. Brady runs that offense now. It's not Arians anymore. That's the difference.
Well,
this was
only week 12.
And the Bucks were 7-5.
Brady's been running the deep.
Bucks were 7-5.
No, Brady got control of that offense in the San Diego or the LA Chargers. That's when Brady got a hold of the offense.
They never meshed though. Nobody meshed. Once they brought in AB, it took 4 weeks for everybody to understand what their role was.
What's this right on the game?
3.
3.5.
Who's favored? Tampa?
Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Oh wait. Who's favorite?
Kansas City.
I heard 2 different.
It was Kansas City by 3.
Oh Christ! I'm definitely taking the Bucks then. Eagle and Michigan for me to bet.
Hey, you're in Michigan, Travis?
Yeah, I'm a Uber.
Oh, you can go on DraftKings or something now. You can bet online.
Always FanDuel. I'm on FanDuel. I'm 90 miles. Yep, I'm 90 miles straight north of Green Bay, so I hate Green Bay more than anybody.
Holy shit!
All Packers fans here. Right now, I'm in Duluth for a company meeting, but Other than that, I'm 90 miles
Oh
north
my
of
God.
Green Bay.
Well, I definitely appreciate, you jumping in and,
Hey, thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
it's really cool to have you on. I know we've been chatting a little bit back and forth about it. And it's excellent to have you on. Glad that you could jump on tonight.
All
Yeah,
right,
man.
boys.
Thanks for the invite, George.
Well, I'm gonna get going here.
All right, Doug, we'll catch you later, sir.
See you, Doug.
Yep.
See you
Hey,
next week.
Sanders, nice seeing you again.
You too, Doug. Have a good one. Stay
All
good.
right, buddy. Bye.
Yeah, good night, gentlemen. I'm out of here too.
Yeah,
Travis,
gotta
thanks
go,
again.
gotta go.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. And I appreciate everybody's takes on everything, man. It's nice to
Yeah, it's fun. It was fun.
I'd love to have you on again. Like I said, I'll turn around and get touch base with you another time, and we'll turn around and get you in.
Oh, I'm down, man.
Cool. Well, thanks a lot for jumping in. Appreciate it.
Thanks, George.
Take it easy.
Take it easy, guys.
As Zolt actually jumped in. It looks like he finally got out of work. He even came up. He goes, "Yep, KC's favored by 3.5. Leave it to our numbers, guy." Still chiming in.
So you know what's kind of going to be interesting and kind of Super Bowl related is how all these companies are not going to have commercials.
Oh yeah.
How good are the commercials actually going to be? I know
Well,
Pepsi's not going to.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Yeah, Pepsi's not going to have any commercials, or Budweiser isn't.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Why
I
not?
wonder if Doritos are.
Pepsi
Doritos always
especially-
taking commercials.
Pepsi will be heavy because they
No,
are-
Pepsi's just sponsoring the halftime show. They've already come out and said that they're not actually doing commercials.
All that leaves us for the strange and unusual.
So there goes at least one of your prop bets. What do you come up with for a prop bet? Who's going to be the first commercial? You can forget about Pepsi or Bud.
Probably Doritos. It'll probably be Doritos. Doritos, they always get in. What's worse, the halftime show or commercials?
Already the halftime show. I have no idea who the weekend
commercials
is.
are great. Never
Okay.
doubt the commercials.
Yeah, but this year a lot of I don't know if you were listening. A lot of
Yeah, I
companies
was.
aren't doing it.
But we were asking what's worse, the halftime show or commercials? Commercials are always better than the halftime show.
Always.
I don't know. I don't know about that. That Justin Timberlake, Janet Jackson one was pretty nice.
Yeah, I was going to
The
say.
commercials, though, man. Commercials live forever.
And I have no clue.
So
who
does
this-
Janet Jackson's boob. You can go on the internet and still find it today.
You have a chance for $1 million in the John Cena Mountain Dew commercial?
Huh?
Really, Clint? Interesting. Clint says, Zolt, everyone says his name like Norm in Cheers. True.
Who said that?
Clint said that about
How
Zolt.
would Clint know?
Clint's been on the show before.
Clint, how does Clint know Cheers?
Oh. Clint, yeah, well, there was BC, but I mean, the reruns were on. I mean,
He's watching reruns of Cheers? Come on,
This
man.
is hilarious.
That's a great show.
It is a great show. It was great when it was on. Reruns, I've seen enough Cheers. I used to watch that all the time. I love Norm.
Yep.
I was
But I
going to
loved
say,
it.
you've seen the new Domino's commercial then, haven't you?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, it's instead of saying Cheers on the sign, it says Domino's on the sign, and Norm walks in the door and the girl's sitting there.
I have seen that one, but I didn't see the
I
sign.
haven't
Okay.
seen that.
Yeah, the
Oh.
sign at the very beginning, the sign says Domino's instead of Cheers.
I haven't seen that one. I've always seen the one with Denny Hamlin.
Yeah, I know. I've seen that one.
Nice pajamas.
Nice PJs.
It
I
even-
like that one.
The commercial's bad when your 10-year-old son is making fun of it. I was like, damn.
I love Cheers so much. They, if you actually paid attention or looked on the walls while they're doing scenes, in the near the back room, there's a picture of the gentleman who played Coach back in the original episodes. And after he actually died, they hung his picture up inside the bar. And if you pay attention throughout the years, you actually can see him every so often. If you can look close enough.
And they said that they actually, after they finished the show, that they actually took that picture and hung it in the real bar in
I'm sure they did. It's
Bowling Finch.
he was loved for sure.
Clint says, hey, when no cable, up late night and they play those shows. So,
That you must love Night Court, Clint.
yeah, I was just gonna say
who doesn't?
that means he's seen Night Court. That's one of my faves.
Yeah, who doesn't? Or every Seinfeld episode.
I don't like Seinfeld.
I never, nope.
I don't like Seinfeld at all.
Friends.
And by the way, I miss Harry. Like what was his,
Anderson.
like, Harry Anderson.
Harry Anderson, yeah.
He passed away
he died
this year or last year.
They're actually
ago.
they're actually doing a reboot of Night Court.
That'd be awesome.
Really?
Harry's daughter is supposed to play the judge or something like that, and then the guy that played Fielding is supposed to be coming back, and he's kind of, I guess, him and then yeah, or like producing it or something like that.
Yep, I saw that too.
Harry Anderson was actually a carny in real life. He started off his career as a carny. He was a shark. So.
And he was on the Carson show or something like that. Is that how he got
he started. That was his first gig, was like the Carson show.
Yeah. Man, are we dating ourselves?
Hell yeah, we are.
Right.
Joel says he watches the Super Bowl commercials for the movie trailers. Usually it's your first look at the summer blockbusters, which is true.
Well, I heard there aren't going to be too many of those either because you don't know what's going to happen with movie theaters.
Well, they gotta release this summer. They have to release Maverick and Ghostbusters. I mean, I don't think you have a choice at this point.
Yeah, I think
Ghostbusters. They've already done Ghostbusters. Haven't they?
They've redone it.
There is a serious reboot. We've seen the trailer already.
It's not a reboot.
Excellent.
Not a reboot.
No, it's like Ghostbusters 3.
It's a sequel.
Well, it's like, yeah, I was gonna say it's more
20 years or 20 something years later sequel.
Yeah, it's like a very post sequel, and it looks very, very good. It looks very well done.
It's directed by Egon's actual child. The guy who played Egon is actually the director of the movie. And
It'll be really. It looks really good.
The whole movie is basically an homage to his father, because those are his grandkids that are living inside the house.
As Old said, it's a continuation. Looks very interesting. It looks really good, and the thing is now is, you can watch the stuff at home on the stream, or you turn around and go to the theater. You got to make your reservation or whatever, and it's like if you're going to be at home buying movies from now on.
Yeah,
almost. And that just
they're not making nearly as much money though. They'll get back to the movie theaters when they get a chance to go back to the movie theaters.
With all the streaming services, like HBO Max had the Wonder Woman and
King Kong versus Godzilla.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just saw something. Netflix is releasing something. I don't remember what it was though.
Well, we're all about the Benjamins though, especially with these movies. They're paying so much money out. They got to go back to the movie theaters. They're making 1/3 to 1/5 the amount of money that they would make in the movie theaters.
Yeah, but are you going to go back to the movies?
What's that?
Are you going to go back to the movies?
Sure. Listen, you put out Ghostbusters right now, I'm in the movie theaters.
Oh yeah, I mean, sure. Yeah, if that's the way I'm able to see it.
I'll put on an N95 mask or a K95 mask, and I'll sit there.
I'll sit there.
There are only certain movies I go to the theater to see, and they've got to be like the action movies, like the Star Wars movies, Avengers movies, Maverick.
Yeah, Maverick, Ghostbusters.
Because you gotta have the full effect, the sound, and all that stuff. Otherwise,
if I'm going to watch Maverick, I'm seeing it at the big screen.
Yeah.
Yep. You want the sound, the jet engine sounds
Right.
vibrating the hell out.
They actually used actual live aircraft and do a lot of the stunts. That was not CGI. They're
Right.
actual flying in that military planes flying in that in those shots.
I read that, and I thought that trailer was awesome.
And Tom Cruise actually takes control of the plane at certain points. He's
I don't
flying.
like Tom Cruise.
He's a
He's
complete
on my top
basket
hated
head.
actor. He's
He's
on
a-
my
he's a-
top 10 hated actors.
He's a basket case.
Clint, there's a new top 10 list. Hated actors.
Yeah,
There's the new top 10. I'll add
I
that.
have.
to the list.
I have to
I'll
say
add
that
that long list.
I have a confession. I haven't seen Top Gun. I mean, I've seen Top Gun, but probably the first time was within the last couple of years. I
Really?
never saw it yeah. I never really saw it. when it
Well,
was
you should
made.
Google what that woman looks like now.
Ooh, Kelly McGillis.
Kelly McGillis.
Yeah. Oh wow. That was
Is that
sad.
bad or good?
That
Is
Train
bad.
that
wreck?
bad or good?
Train wreck.
Train wreck.
Well, listen, she was in her
Yeah, but
30s.
she's probably
then.
like 60 now.
She older than that.
Okay.
She was like in her late 30s or
Oh, when
mid
she made the
30s when
movie.
she did that movie, and that was like I think it was
40 years ago. Was it 85?
So, yeah, somewhere around there, 80,
Some in the
84,
mid 80s, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. I think it was 1984, 1985. I believe, might be wrong, but I think that's pretty close.
I think so too.
You know, and she was already at probably between 27 to 32, somewhere in there. I bet that's where she was. What was that?
I was actually a big Tom Cruise fan, but they started doing all those damn Mission Impossible movies, and that's where I kind of did nothing for me and lost
First
them.
one was the best one.
86.
It was 86.
I've never seen one. 86. I haven't seen one Mission Impossible. I don't like Tom Cruise.
The first one was the best one. After that,
I think
it
the
was
only other Tom Cruise movie I saw was Cocktail. I actually like Cocktail.
Cocktail.
Who do you hate more, Tom Cruise or Jared Goff?
I don't actually hate Jared Goff. I really don't. I just
Not,
think that
not
they
yet.
can.
Not
No.
yet.
You know
I
what?
mean,
As long as they get that 1 or 2 years out of him to bridge the gap between their new quarterback, I'm okay with that.
I mean, you're already trying to
But-
punt him up, and he hasn't even a chance to look at a house yet.
Hell, he should buy Stafford's old house. Have you seen that? Holy cow!
Yeah, it's
awesome. It's
Holy cow! Look that up when you get a chance.
She's on her way to 64, by the way.
64.
Where's Stafford's house at? What city?
I want to say Walled Lake, maybe.
Okay, Walled Lake.
Yeah, let me double check.
I'm kind of familiar with the area.
I've got the pics. Here you go. This is his house.
Yeah,
Oh,
It's in Wall Lake.
I'm looking. Hold on.
I
I
don't
don't
think it's in
remember
Wall
now.
Lake.
looks like Bloomfield Hills,
Yeah, it's Bloomfield Township. It says right
Bloomfield
here.
Township.
Oh, okay.
It says right here.
That is
That's kinda
crazy.
over-
And it's on the water.
And it's on the
And
water.
that's why they
And
were
it's on
they
the
actually
pool.
sold. They were selling the house before even he got traded because
Right.
his kids were all getting too old and they were worried about the lake and everything. It's like that was last year. They were talking about that, and everybody's, oh, they're going to trade him.
Yeah, because their kids are hitting that walking age,
Yeah.
and they had that infinity
That is
pool
crazy.
and
That
a
is-
lake right outside, so they were scared that the kids were gonna.
How much is it?
So,
Does it say?
1.5 mil? If I recall.
Really? That's it?
Article
That's it.
correct. It was 1.5.
I feel like that should be more than that.
That's a nice house.
No, 6.5 mil. 6.5.
6.5, almost like 1.5.
Yeah,
I don't
1.5.
think so.
We can get that. We can get that together, George, and go live in there.
Yeah, I was,
But 6.5 is a little.
yeah, it's a little steep.
You've been
Is there a
saving up your
helicopter pad on the top of his house?
Yeah, he almost could. He almost could have a chopper pad.
You guys have been saving up your fantasy football winnings. You guys can probably buy that house.
More poker winnings than
I was gonna
fantasy
say.
football.
But yeah, that's a nice thing.
Okay, I'm going to bed.
Goff might be new quarterback to trash next season.
What's that? I didn't hear what we said.
Clint said Goff may be the new QB to trash next season.
Nope, I'm not
It
going
doesn't
to
matter
trash.
who. It doesn't matter who they go in there. It's the Lions quarterback, the Red Wings goalie. They're the hardest jobs in Michigan.
Well,
Michigan quarterback.
Yeah.
I give the I'll have to see what I'm not gonna bash him. Goff
not
is not gonna
gonna
get
either.
bashed.
Casting judgment yet, huh?
Nope. Nope.
I'm only gonna bash
I
him if
will
he starts
crush
winning a
him
lot.
like a grape in 2020 at the end of 2023.
I'm gonna bash him if he starts winning a lot of games. I don't want him.
You're actually going to give him a chance, Suds?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Chris is a semi-decent golf fan.
I
He had him in fantasy.
yeah, I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem. Listen, if you do the right thing, I'll cheer for you. If you want to act like a moron, I'm going to treat you like one.
Well, you just said you're actually going to give him till 2023. So even if he plays bad in 2021, you'll still give him a chance.
And
Well, it
2022.
would. 2020. I'm going to crush him after 2022. He's going to get all
if
this.
he plays like
He's going to
but
get
if he
all this
plays
by
like-
2023. He's going to have all those draft picks.
Damn.
There's no
yeah,
reason
but by
for him not to.
2023, Chris, if he sucks, they can cut him without taking
Right. And I'll crush him. Get him out.
salary hit.
Start something new. But he
Clint-
needs.
Clint is on. Clint says y'all can get Andy Dalton. He has no job. And Zolt chimed right in and goes, I used to like you, Clint.
Well,
yeah, he can take Andy
you can't
Dalton
say
and-
you can't say anything coming up this year. The cupboard's going to be bare.
Right.
Unless you could pick up a bunch of draft picks, or not draft picks, a bunch of free agents. Okay, and
And why
wide
would
receiver.
you do that now when you're not? Why would you spend all that money now when you're not ready to win?
Because you signed them for 3 years.
Yeah, but
3
then
to
by the
4
time
years.
you're good, then you have to repay them again.
The following
to-
year they get their rookies. They'll have 2 first rounders. By
Yeah,
the
but,
4th year, when everybody is at towards the end of their contract, that's when that year should be where they're the best. They'll have all those draft picks, they'll have their free agents, and that's when they should make their move to at least get into a playoff and win a playoff game.
But provided
So
they
do
don't.
you think?
Go ahead.
Do you think they should trade up this year to get a quarterback?
No, you do not. You take what you got right now and you start filling in these holes. You fill in the holes with the best players possible. Next year, you're having 2 first rounders on top of everything else. Then you replace your superstar, what should be your superstar players, your go-to, your wide receivers, your whatever the best player is out there that's not a quarterback.
I think they need to go all defense this year.
I
work
can't
on that
disagree with you.
defense.
You have to listen, and George will back me up. I've said this for 3 or 4 years. If you can't, every time a team comes in that has a running back that can catch the ball out of the backfield, the Lions are screwed.
Yeah, but look how many
Every
games look at how many games they had a double-digit lead in and lost.
I'm agreeing with you though. I'm
I
saying,
know. I'm not. No, I'm just saying. That's why I think you have to.
Because
This
seven
makes
or
me
8
sick.
picks?
You two are agreeing. I can't take this.
I know it's
I
weird.
swear to
They
God,
But
I want to
they
throw up on my
dig and
mouth.
dunk out of the backfield. These running backs go for hundreds of yards on them every single year.
And
They
the tight
can't cover
ends,
them on
too.
the backfield. The tight ends
they haven't
crush
covered
them.
tight ends in
because
35
again,
years
guess
I've been
what?
watching the Lions.
It's the outside linebackers cannot cover tight ends and can't cover the running backs out of the
Is
backfield.
Micah Parsons outside or inside? I can't remember.
I don't remember. And they just keep doing the same thing. And until you address it, you're screwed.
Well,
Because-
this is all provided they don't mess up on their draft picks,
That is very true.
That's
also.
right. Yeah.
which
But I have
is
a
a
lot
track
more
record.
faith. But I have a lot more faith in the people that they've hired this year. Hopefully,
They made a great
Because-
trade.
because Brad Holmes Brad Holmes and John Dorsey, you guys had him. He drafted Baker. They drafted Mahomes in Kansas City.
Yeah.
He drafted
Said
I
it.
want to say Rodgers. Who?
Yeah, that was the problem with when
No, the guy who drafted Rodgers just died, actually.
Oh, maybe it wasn't Rodgers then.
the guy in Green Bay.
Clint's baiting me to do this. Clint, you are baiting me to say this
Say it.
because he's put. Andy
Wait. Make him come on and say it himself.
No. He's saying Andy Dalton is perfect for tanking because trash without trying to tank. If Big Ben retires, what are the odds that Andy Dalton goes to be a Pittsburgh Steeler?
They just picked up a quarterback who ain't worth a damn. Why would they pick up another quarterback who ain't worth a damn?
Who?
They just picked up the kid from Washington that they got cut.
Oh, Haskins. Yeah.
Haskins?
Yeah.
Like I said, why wouldn't they take Andy? Who are you going to take?
Because
Andy
they
Dalton or
already
Haskins.
They already got Haskins.
Ask Dallas why you don't take Andy Dalton.
Yeah, but it's on a 1-year spiel. They can turn around and they can cut Haskins.
No, you keep Haskins. He's just as bad as Andy Dalton would be.
But if he still parts or pulls the shit that he pulled in Washington, they might just have to cut him.
Hey, when they signed Haskins, I said that it's a 1-year deal and it's no worse than what we have on the bench right now, anyways.
Yeah, I was going to say they can cut the cheese and wine on the bench. They're not losing any sleep over those rookie contracts at all.
Do you think Justin Fields is going to be a good NFL quarterback?
No.
No.
Yes, he can play the pocket. Yes, he can run, but it reminds me a little too much of like combination Kyler Murray and Derek Carr, and it doesn't look like it would go.
I think he'll be fine. I don't know that he'll be exceptional or whatever, but I think he'll be fine, just fine. I mean, he's got an arm for crying out loud, and he can just throw the deep ball, But again, like we talked about earlier, it all depends on the system.
What team? Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And clearly, we've established that just because you have a great arm doesn't make you a good quarterback.
Yeah.
True.
Because Cam Newton could throw the shit out of the ball. I bet you that dude could throw that ball 60 yards downfield. Easy.
No, we established that Cam can throw a shit ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he can't, and he'll throw a 10-yard pass 60 yards down the field too. I mean, he overthrew more people. It was ridiculous. Wide open people. Let's throw it 10 yards over their heads.
Yeah.
But you say the same thing about Lamar Jackson. If he's not throwing it into the middle of the field, he's got to throw it to the outside. He's screwed.
Yeah.
He an inaccurate quarterback, and you can't. And Lamar's got a big arm too, but he's inaccurate. The difference is he can run. He's still the fastest dude on the field when it comes down to quarterbacks. Besides, like Murray.
Wasn't that the knock on Lamar when he did come out though, that he wasn't necessarily the greatest as far as accuracy goes?
Yeah.
But it's just the fact he was a hell of a runner. He just make up for it, like he's doing.
But as soon as a team gets the focus on him, and focus on when it boils down to it, during the regular season he took advantage of bad teams, playing against bad teams who only got 4 or 5 days to prepare for him, and nobody wanted to really show their hands, and then they waited for the playoffs and shut him down.
Yeah. Yep.
Because why let them know what you're going to do? Why don't you wait until you have to face him off in the playoffs, knowing he's going to make the playoffs? You face him in the playoffs, then you bring out your defense that you know will shut him down.
Yeah, it's been proven the last couple of years.
Who are you talking about, Suggs? I missed it.
Lamar Jackson.
I love Lamar Jackson.
We're just saying that he's an inaccurate quarterback when it comes down to throwing the ball on the outside.
He needs to work on that.
To say the least.
Yeah.
But in his defense, he also needs a wide receiver who won't drop every other football.
You know who
Hollywood Brown is not
who would
okay.
be a great pickup for Baltimore is Kenny Galladay. I think.
Yeah, you're right.
Baltimore just
But-
needs a number one receiver. Period.
Yeah.
Well, they could potentially,
Well,
if
if
they need to revamp, they need to revamp their wide receivers.
They need
Isn't,
to
Hol-
the
don't, isn't
offensive
Hollywood Brown
scheme.
considered for one? Or no?
I mean, Lamar does check down one, check running back, and then takes off. You need to let a play develop. He does not let a play develop. And then if he does, he's sitting there way too long because he's thinking that it should take about 7 seconds, and you only get 3.5 seconds. A play can develop in 3.5.
He would be good in a run pass option type of offense.
And the Ravens also have $16 million in salary cap. So
That's
they have
good.
they got lots of room to make lots of improvements at wide receiver.
That's
And there's
good to hear.
there's lots of good wide receivers out there that they could pick up.
Kenny Galladay.
Yeah, but you kind of I would want to try to stick to more shorter route runners because of his lack of ability to throw the ball accurately down the field on the sides. So you want the kind of like that fast slot person, the over the middle one.
Isn't that what Hollywood Brown does?
Hollywood Brown is kind of a deep
Is he deep?
threat. He likes to run, he's so fast, he likes to run deep. Runs across a lot of deep routes. As long as it's in the middle, he's okay for Lamar. But Hollywood Brown is not the answer. He dropped, man.
Zoltan and Allen Robinson.
That would be an awesome
Allen
pickup.
Robinson is a free agent wide receiver. So.
That'd be an awesome pickup.
So you'd have Goff throwing to Robinson.
We're not golf. We're talking
about
Brown.
I'm sorry, Lamar. Lamar would have Allen Robinson and Brown.
You can actually have enough money to get a third. You get that kid out of the Jets. Off the Jets.
Who?
I thought it was Conley. Wasn't Conley a free agent?
I don't know who Conley is.
Chris Conley? No.
No.
He's basketball. He played for Ohio State, didn't he? Oh, that's Mike Conley.
Mike Conley. I think it was Chris Conley on George's list.
Yeah.
I was looking at the wrong. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah,
That was the wrong pick.
Hollywood definitely dropped a lot of balls in that playoff game.
That was an ugly game.
Set up a wide receiver to change position. Yep, Chris Conley is in Jacksonville.
Did he never play for the Jets at all? For some reason, I thought he was on the Jets.
Isn't Robinson in Jacksonville too? Allen Robinson.
No, was he in Chicago?
Robinson is the
He wasn't
in Jacksonville.
I think Chicago.
Chicago.
wasn't
Marcus
Was
Robinson.
in Jacksonville and then went to
Oh.
Chicago.
the way around.
Marcus Robinson is actually in Kansas City.
I don't know who that is. Ever since I stopped playing fantasy football, I don't know a lot
Right.
of
Allen
on
Robinson.
the lesser known players.
DeMarcus Robinson's Kansas City.
You know who I was thinking about? I just didn't say his name. I was Crowder. Who I was
Jamison
thinking.
Crowder.
Jamison Crowder.
That's who I was thinking of. That was a mistake.
He was with Washington for the longest time and then went to the Jets.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Crowder, who I was thinking about.
he's not available.
Amendola's a free agent.
Every Lions receiver is a free agent.
I know, that's scary. I actually hope they can re-sign Jones. I like Jones.
No.
Yeah, but if it's not a lot of money,
You have to get him real cheap.
yeah, but I mean,
Super cheap.
because you're not going to pay Galladay. Because even if you franchise them, you got to pay him 20. You're not paying him 20.
So it looks like you're getting John Ross from Cincinnati, Kendrick Bourne, who played with the 49ers,
Who's getting them?
Cheap guys. Yeah,
Oh.
Detroit. I'm saying cheap guys.
Oh no, you gotta overpay a wide receiver
No, you don't.
to get him to come to Detroit.
Not right
Data.
now.
No, John Ross and Kendrick Bourne will take
The extra bag of
Food-
footballs they got
food-
in the side. in
food
the
stamps
room.
and food stamps and food stamps and
All they
Uber.
care about is getting to that 5th or 6th year on their contract. So
Yep.
they are, they get the NFL retirement. That's all you really want to get to.
What
True.
you're gonna try? I was gonna say you already had Mohamed Sanu, so you know
He's gone.
he's
Or he'll be gone.
you know, you can't really. I mean, Rashard Higgins from Cleveland.
I'd pay him. He's
I
good.
don't know.
He's a good wide receiver.
Is
Yeah.
he?
He's solid.
I thought the Browns just signed him to an extension. No. All
No, he's a free agent. I just saw that earlier.
right.
Nope. Not
Um,
yet.
The Browns the Browns are in good positions in a lot of ways, but this could go south real quick. With Baker Mayfield needing money, Landry needing money, Chubb needing money. You know,
They're all on the running backs are the only ones who are on the same years. Everybody else is on different.
I think they're within 1 or 2 years. Like 1 year they'll need, next year is Landry.
Who's their other running back again? Chubb and
Hunt.
Kareem Hunt.
Hunt.
I actually brought that up to somebody the other day about how, yeah, the Browns get all the salary cap room, but it's all going to be dwindling real fast because everybody's going to come up on contracts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kareem Hunt could have been on that list too. Didn't he beat his kid?
No, he kicked a woman in
In an elevator or in a
Yeah.
hotel.
it was
Okay.
outside of an elevator, outside of his room.
No, Ray Rice knocked the shit out of
That was in an
That
elevator.
was
Oh my god! I had a Ray Rice jersey. I was so pissed.
had to burn that sucker, didn't you?
No, I still have it, but it's in the way back of the closet. I don't remember the last time I saw it.
I was gonna say that speaking of jerseys, I actually do finally have a Baltimore Ravens.
Who'd you get?
Lamar.
Tucker?
No, you got Lamar.
I got Lamar.
You got Lamar. I got Lamar.
Yankees is looking for Tucker.
Yeah, I saw a picture of it. I think he didn't buy that.
Huh? No, I think he was trying to win the autographed one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was trying to win that one.
Oh. He's
But no,
got a
yeah,
severe heart on for that dude.
Yeah, I got a Lamar.
Yeah,
Now you're back up to 100?
No, still can't find. I don't know where the hell.
Well, you were at 100. You lost one. You went to 99. You're back at 100.
No. I bought it a while ago.
Oh.
Wait, what the hell? How did you lose a jersey?
That's what is freaking me out right now.
My question is,
And,
is, you know what jersey
and
it is?
this is the worst part about it. It's the first one.
What is it? Who is it?
Dante Hall when he was with the Chiefs.
That was the first jersey.
That's the first one, and it's missing.
My first jersey was Barry Sanders, I think.
No, the 100th one was the DeAndre Swift.
That's the only Lion you have? You don't have a Barry jersey?
That's my first and only Lion.
How did you not get a Barry jersey?
Just never got one.
There's only
Yeah.
one Lions jersey to have, and that's
Unacceptable.
You have two options, or three. Excuse me, you have three options for Lions. If you don't have one of the three, then they're not acceptable. You can
Or
have a
the-
Megatron.
I got one of those.
You can have a Barry Sanders,
Got one of those.
and you can have a Sims.
I need a Sims. I
I
have a
was
set.
curious. I was curious who your third was going to be.
I also have.
So when I saw him run across that dude's helmet, those guys' helmet, I think it was the Minnesota. It's either the Dallas Cowboys or the Minnesota Vikings. I was there watching the game, and Billy Sims jumped over the pile, and he literally walked across these dudes' helmets, and then ran another like 30 yards down the field before getting tackled. And that was basically the last time he ever ran the ball because he got hurt on that play and he was done. But it was probably the greatest run I've ever seen because I looked up on the big screen at the Silverdome and watched him, and they showed him walking across this dude's face on his helmet. And dude, it was awesome. And then he got hurt that game. He basically never played again. I think that's what
Nice. Well, hey boys, I gotta get going here.
I was
Gotta get
gonna
to
say,
bed and get up for work in the morning. So,
Yeah. About that
Hey,
time.
Been fun.
hey, do I dare say it was a very unique show? We pretty much covered a gamut. We covered the Lions, an abacus, Stafford's house. Suds only got muted once tonight.
Oh,
I got
was-
muted
He
more
was
than
muted a
once
couple
today.
times.
I think it was 2 or 3. One time he muted me. I wasn't even talking. There was no. I don't even want to
I
count that one
muted him
because
in anticipation of a
I
rebuttal.
was gonna, he knows what you're
Never
thinking. That's-
Yeah.
he was trying to stop my comeback. That wasn't fair. Can't mute me before I can say anything. Like, what the?
All right, guys. Well, hey,
Okay, have a
well,
good
guys,
night,
hey,
guys.
have a good week. Talk to y'all soon.
All right, have a good one.
Thank you, Chipper. Appreciate it.
See you guys.
See you guys. I'm going to turn around and run the sponsorship. You guys take it easy. Thank you, Mr. Sanders, for jumping on. Appreciate it. Suds, until next week, sir.
All right, have a good one.
Catch you on the flip side.
Yep. Bye.
And we want to thank our sponsors, Smith Drain Service, Incredible Keepsakes, the wrong way, Huntington's, buy, sell, and trade, coins, cards, antiques, and recent memorabilia. RPW, Redline Pro Wrestling, Mud City Sports Cards and Memorabilia, check them out on Facebook. Young's Jewelry, Pit Road Diecast for all those Pit Road diecast, all your diecast racing needs. Helping Hands Moving Services, check with Dave and Jen, 216-682-6955. Wiggins Construction. Detroit Auto Parts, of course, as the home base of Redline Radio. Grubber Machine Tool Incorporated as well. Thank you all very much, and we will catch you on the flip side. Good night.